live.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. We are Dicey Adventures, continuing our Tales of Talerian campaign. Yeah, we're excited. We're recording for podcast purposes, so hopefully we can get some of those. Start being able to get those on podcasts, and we'll go back and try to get our original episodes on there as well, the first ones. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and jump in tonight and continue our campaign. So thanks for stopping by and watching. Okay, so last we left off, your group, the Disciples of Sinjin, there's Disciples of Sinjin.
Disciples
of
Sinjin.
That's right. You guys... You guys had entered into Daxur's Spire, the necromancer that had constructed this in a land that the veil was thin. Between it and the Shadowfell and the negative planes, that and the abyss, it's a strange place in the material plane. Here he constructed the tower, and it has been a land of undeath for quite some time, for probably the past 800 years. Even before that, there was undead influence here, but it was more permeated during his time. You entered into the tower and rested for the evening, and have begun your journey north, or not north, but up. Ascending the tower. You first went into a room. Let me remember what it was. You first went through a room that had several different levers through which you had to solve the riddle. But once you using the map that you had taken from Archer Leopold, you were able to decipher that it needed to be through the perspective of Daxur, and through that you were able to get the correct order. After that, you went to a room that was full of basins, where you had to dip your head in to look to see the correct path, which formed as you walked. The magical energy came underneath your foot with each step. After that was a room of golems, where 4 flesh golems that emerged from the wall in a fifth on a table that needed finished construction. You had to defeat the 4 other golems as they attacked. After that, you assembled the final one and stepped back as it broke itself apart and revealed a new staircase.
It beat its face in, blood flying everywhere.
Yes.
And died.
It was pretty horrible.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
It was pretty graphic at the time. I just want to make that very clear.
I think the head actually exploded.
Yeah.
Thanks.
After that, you went to a room, much less bloody and gory,
Slightly.
that had 11 vials, all of different colors. On the map, it mentioned that they were illusions, and through 3 different attempts of dispelling the magic, you were finally on the last one able to dispel the magic and find the correct potion. Not knowing what the other ones may have done, you were able to consume the right one and enter into a maze that was embedded into the wall. The potion shrinking you to the size where you were able to navigate it. And upon exiting that, you found yourself on a small little edge in this large, bottomless, black void. Fury, with his perception, put his leg out over to see what would happen, and barely was able to see the pant leg lift up, as the gravity had been reversed here. You each stepped forward and floated up to the next level.
Without telling them.
During this time, a couple of you have felt some strange influence, kind of permeating you, just kind of dark desires, dark insight that you've been feeling growing a little bit, especially Fury. You made it to the next room, to this grand staircase, this entryway. And before you saw two corpses. One, a charred corpse that was at the beginning of the stairway. And to your right, you saw a faint blue orb. You waited for a moment, and eventually a dragonborn began to appear, gold dragonborn. And you saw this individual came forward and introduced themselves as Rota Kanar and told you of some of the adventures that him, Lauren, Melody, and Archer had initially, essentially how he perished. His body crumpled on the stone ground, and that Lauren continued up, but he was tossed down and killed. So, during that time, he saw you and asked what your intent for the tower was. Fury, he reached forward through your skull and pulled this black form, this mass, this strange energy from you.
I didn't see I was blinded by pain.
But you felt a little bit of a release from some temptation, some feeling that has kind of begun to fester. So you decided to take a short rest here at the bottom of the tower, or at the bottom of the stairwell. The two corpses lay there.
You took a short rest, though, right?
And you guys have taken a short rest. So if you need to roll any hit dice, or
think
shoot your healing spirit. Okay.
I think she's all but one from her max.
So
Yeah, that's right. It's that 1 HP hit point that's going to do her in.
If it is,
all right.
And we attuned, correct, during that short rest?
Yes, during that you
I atoned.
You attuned to.
You atoned, we attuned.
So sorry.
All right.
I said that.
What do you guys wish to do?
We're in the library, right?
Not yet. You're at the bottom. You're essentially at the bottom of the stairs. I just have the library up here, so you know that the next room is the library.
Well,
But it stretches out. Maybe
Should we read some books?
let's see, about 800 feet above
so
you.
we're not in the library.
You can see the stairs spiral before you see any next floor.
a lot of walking.
I did not come prepared for a leg day.
I don't know if any of us did.
It's alright, you needed it.
This is in-game?
Yeah.
Don't really know right now.
Okay.
Treat it as you would.
Okay.
I don't think Fury would actually say that, but
Does
that's what he's
everyone
thinking.
feel well enough to head up to the library, or do we need to check out anything else on this walkway area?
I mean, it doesn't look very interesting down here. There's just lots of bones and stuff.
Guinea pig.
No, those are downstairs.
Oh, right.
Outside. Yeah, outside.
Alright, we already looted the bodies, so...
We didn't see anything else. Did we
No,
try?
you
tried, right?
You essentially just stayed at the bottom of this stairwell. So you've investigated
Loitering.
both corpses there. Yeah.
I guess,
Does anyone have any potions on them?
I think I gave you... No, I don't, because I was going to
I have
my
this.
crown cake and it was
I
expired.
hold up the clear
Ooh,
liquid
yeah,
vial.
mystery vial. That's probably a potion. If we get in a tight spot, just
This is the thing I drank earlier.
I also
Not
have
that.
a mystery
you
vial
have the mystery vial.
that we got from Felix.
Who?
That's how we got this bag of holding. He had
You
a
named
lot.
him Felix?
Oh, the
No, that was his name.
Oh, in the journal.
You named him Felix?
Stop naming the dead people we find.
I only name people by their name.
What color did I say the liquid was in that?
I just wrote down vial.
Believe it
Maybe
was
it's
gray.
I
empty.
think it was gray. Yeah.
Whatever
Great.
color
Yeah.
a healing potion is.
I
That
also
is
have
what color it is.
I have various poisons
Yeah.
That won't
things.
help us.
So that's not gonna help. So
The answer's
basically, no.
Fantastic. Just curious.
It's a really
It's
long
technically a potion.
All right.
Well, I'll lead the way.
Good Good.
So
Go
you
upstairs.
see that the stairway kind of goes up and it splits to the left and the right, and it kind of spirals and kind of loops back in and out on itself, kind of going up.
Split
this.
the party, right?
Split the party, see if we meet back at the same
Come in at both sides.
It's
You
just a
We're gonna-
staircase.
Hit that librarian hard.
The librarian's probably dead.
Are we not fighting the librarian?
Probably undead.
Let's go
So
find
you
out.
guys are walking up the stairs. Which way are you going, left or right?
Up.
Want to do rock, paper, scissors?
Right.
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 Going to the right.
Right.
Well, I am. You guys go dip fast.
So
No.
your
Gonna
fearless
follow our
leader
leader.
begins
Right,
walking
it's
up.
fine.
Very assured.
I let the dice choose.
I
So-
don't think it matters.
You begin walking up the right staircase. How are you going? Are you just kind of trudging up? Are you?
I'm behind
I will be
you.
looking for traps as I go, but not
Okay.
stopping. More just noticing the ground.
Go
to
ahead and make a
sure
perception
nothing
check.
falls.
I would say I'm
As you
going,
are-
breathing heavily, cursing under my breath.
8.
Well,
Yeah.
Callie's gonna make a perception.
Don't worry, there are no traps.
Okay.
Oh.
So you continue going up, and you've
I
been
rolled
going
big.
for maybe 3 minutes or so.
I should. Can I
As
look?
you're going, you feel your foot hit something,
Oh no.
and you feel the stair.
Bye, Sinjin. I grab him.
All the stairs,
Dexterity. All of them?
It's a slide?
and you guys
You
begin
told us
sliding
there was
down.
a slide up
I
there.
did.
You guys begin picking up speed as you start sliding down.
Is there a railing
this-
I can grab?
No, there's no railing. It's just it's
It's a
stone.
Railing? Can I go?
Go and make a strength check as you're trying to do that,
Ah,
because you're trying to stop yourself. There, you do have a dice box.
2. It has dice in it.
That's
I think
Those
that
are
dice. I don't
dice
think the
with the
dice box is meant for that level.
really big dice.
Where
I
did that
also
come
have this.
from?
You
I don't
try to
know.
reach out, but your arms are not wide enough to fill. Your arms and legs aren't able to do that, and plus you have about 2 other people. So go ahead and just put yourself
Fine.
in order.
How far up did we even go?
You guys have been walking for about 3 minutes.
Oh.
Oh.
So,
Okay, so we're
whoosh,
going
you guys
way back
continue
down.
sliding down.
So there's me up at the very top, so I'm now at the back.
So go ahead and put yourself in
Think
the
Cal.
order.
Who would have gone next?
I was
I
behind
think
you.
I.
Callie
You were
said she was next.
I probably was actually fell behind by this point.
Okay.
Like this. So now you're in the
I
front
need you to make a
as we're
perception
going
check.
down.
All right. 17.
17. As you're sliding down, you've kind of sat yourself up so you can see. You look down around the way as you guys are kind of whoosh.
Oh, no.
You see this, and it looks like several blades are shooting up and down from where you guys are sliding towards.
Do you tell us?
I would say incoming, guys. And kind of
Incoming what?
look
All right.
down.
All right, so you guys are whoosh. You've got about 1 round till you
How
get there.
steep
What are we
is
doing?
this?
Like it's
Well,
Oh.
could we try to get up and stop?
you can try. Yeah, you guys have been
I'm trying to
sliding
stand
down.
up.
Yep, I'm gonna try to get up
I'm-
and brace myself on the floor that anything.
All right, make a strength check as you try to grab onto something and stop yourself.
As
Ooh.
soon as I get
18.
how
18.
how tall is this thing?
Yeah, how tall?
blade.
So essentially, you've got this big stairwell. It's about 10 feet wide,
Mm-hmm.
and so you guys are kind of sliding, and as it's going down, it's just the stairs have essentially just turned into this
Mhm.
straight slide. 10 feet wide. There's a 4 foot tall railing that goes up, but it's not like a handrail. It's just like where the stairs lead.
But how tall is the thing coming?
I don't know
That
if this
fills
is
up
a
the
good plan.
entire 10 feet, and now as you guys are,
We can't
and you saw
leap
them
over
down,
at the
You
end.
can try.
You try to get through it at the right time. 'Cause it's in and out.
All right. Well, then I'm going to
acrobatics?
prepare Ray of Sickness, and right as I get close, do my thing and just fly right over the top, drop down.
Okay. All right.
That's
I'm
cool.
gonna cast Entangle.
Okay. Go ahead.
Did
Where you-
18 do anything?
18. You jump up and you feel yourself sliding. You've kind of slowed down to a stop, but everybody else. So you just see them. Whoa.
I also got an 18.
You also got an 18. So Enid, you grab onto Sinjin's leg as he does as.
Well, she was over here.
Oh
I
no,
would've
you were
been
over there.
first.
So no.
So I would have
So
stopped.
you
she
grab
stops.
on, come to a halt.
Unfortunately,
right
I got a 4.
there. 4.
So I run into her.
Well,
Probably.
So yeah, You can make a dexterity saving throw to try with disadvantage as you try to maintain.
Can I try again since I ran into her now? It's like a retry.
No.
Like
If
additional.
you
try?
failed yours, she's getting an opportunity to hang on.
Yeah, that's 5.
So her legs take you out as you drop, and you kind of fall on top of her, and you're falling down the stairs again. Okay, so you cast Entangle.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I mean, it's 90 feet range, so it should in theory cover the whole slide. Where we're going down, at
Okay.
least. I want it to have to be a... It
You're
should...
trying
net.
to entangle us.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
So you guys watch all these vines, and you guys, and Fury, you're ready to cast your spell, and you kind of just stop for it. Like you get caught up in the tangle of all these vines and stuff, and you look down right at your feet, and you, but you're stopped. You can just kind of staying there as the vines are holding on to you. Do you take damage from the vines? No.
We're just
Okay.
restrained, so we can't move.
Did we not
So now we can
make a
think.
save? Or is
Oh.
it that we voluntarily...
I assume
I
we
was willing, so
volunteered.
if you want to make a save, you make a strength saving throw.
Would you rather make a save? You saw the vines begin growing.
No, I don't...
Okay.
I would still...
If anybody wants to fight against it, though, you make a strength save.
Oh no.
I would still want to cast my spell good and just go over the
So you
top.
still want to leave.
Yeah.
Okay. So you cast the spell.
Mhm.
You begin to keep sliding because it doesn't. She cast it,
So
so now you're out of the entangled.
I
He
want to
wants
fly
use the
off
10 feet to
the
fly
stairs.
through.
Off the stairs and land on the ground. But beyond it.
You're still ways up. Like if you flew out off to the side,
Well,
so you're like on a spiral staircase that's been going up.
We're a
The
long ways
the
away.
giant.
you said the thing is right by my feet.
Yes.
So I should be able to go 10 feet
Up
above it and over it.
and you come back down
Onto the slide.
Beyond it.
onto the slide.
You're still on the slide. You're just
So
past
this-
the blade.
So the blade's not at the bottom of the
No.
stairs. Oh, then never
The blade
mind.
was on the stairs. You guys.
Oh,
this
then-
was the first of.
Oh, I thought it was at the bottom of the
I thought it was
stairs.
at the bottom.
No.
Okay.
This was the first thing you had come to.
Okay,
I thought it was at the bottom of the stairs.
I did
sorry.
too.
Okay,
No.
then no, I'm
Okay,
not
so-
doing
okay,
I
that.
was
gotcha,
also
okay.
picturing the bottom of the
I,
stairs.
yeah, I
Okay.
thought it was at the bottom.
So, what do we do now?
So you have about 90 feet that you could like crawl your way through
Okay.
back up the stairs. For how long does it last? An hour or a minute?
1 minute.
1 minute. Okay, so you guys have 10 rounds essentially. So you guys kind of wiggle yourself free
I
of
could
it. but,
recast it if I have to.
How far
it's
up
helpful.
are we? Can I crawl?
go and make it. So you can crawl that 90 feet up.
I just want to crawl to the side and look over the like.
Okay. Go. Well, it's easy enough. You look down and you can see that you're still probably 200 feet above where the start of the ground is.
Yeah, we look screwed.
So there's So it's about 800 feet tall. So you guys have gone up
A fourth of the way.
Yeah.
So it's dead distance down.
Yeah.
It would be 20d6 damage.
Cool.
I could survive that. I have
So
what
we
is
should
that? A
start
17%
climbing
chance?
up.
No, that's
Yep.
like
And then just cast it and keep
0.0000
climbing
Yeah,
up.
we
something.
can.
They'd all have to
I don't
be
know if the
ones.
stairs
You
ever
won't be able
come
to-
back.
Can
How
we
long is it? It's
investigate
90
for
feet.
something
cast
that
it?
makes the stairs come back?
Sure. Go and make an investigation check. I
want
would
to-
say you guys have gotten about halfway through the first casting of this spell.
I want to
So we
investigate
have
what
5 turns left?
Yeah.
what the spike thing is made of. Just
14.
14. Looking on the stairs, you are not seeing anything.
Can I look
only-
up?
Sorry.
Only-
Yeah, you can look
Yeah,
up.
Only
I want to look as
7.
well because I'm kind of like
Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation
bringing
check.
it.
Okay, what did you?
only a 7.
Gosh.
7.
I'm
They
just-
look like giant blades. That
I'm
are,
at a 9.
I was only thinking if I could destroy them.
Are you able to turn into something that has sticky feet like a big spider that could carry us up slowly over time?
Maybe? I don't know if I can.
I
I
don't know
turn
if you
into
can
a
either.
rat or something.
Well, I was thinking something that could carry the
I don't
rest
think
of
I
us
have
up.
it in here. I don't know if it's something I could turn
a
into.
giant spider.
I could do that.
I think so.
I don't know if it was in this list you gave me.
Oh, then you could monster manual somewhere.
Try to take us each up there. Oh, it's probably in this pile underneath the...
I want to be a spider.
I
That's fun.
always, in these circumstances, also try to think from the DM perspective, like,
Well, there has to be something, sure, but...
but I can't even imagine, like, what it even could be.
I could turn into a frog.
Thanks.
Sticky. I'll help myself.
Mm.
Not you.
Giant.
Challenge rating of
Sure.
1, giant spider.
Yeah, I should think I can
What challenge rating can you turn into?
do that.
Not 1.
I
think
can't.
Half.
I don't think
You don't
Uh,
get until 8th level, you don't get
So I
1.
could potentially try to turn into a
Oh.
frog and investigate the wall, but I can't help you. I don't think I can turn into anything big enough to carry people, really.
Oh, no.
Shark.
Giant goat.
But if you
Wait, I
turned
can't be a giant
You
wolf
could be a
spider?
giant. You could be a giant lizard.
Maybe, I just looked up giant spider. If giant
Ooh,
wolf
what about
spider's on there, I
giant
don't know
wolf
what
spider?
challenge rating it is.
4th?
Oh, you should be able to do that.
Yeah, giant wolf spider. You can
Okay,
do.
so I'll do that. I
Okay.
don't know if it's big enough to
Yeah.
carry people.
Probably.
You'd be able to probably get your web.
Okay, so yeah, I'll change into a giant wolf spider.
Well, then you can make a web for us to stick.
I've never been a
up.
spider before.
So you guys watch as Ash kind of transforms into the giant wolf spider, and just kind of.
Is this the black form she went into that one day?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay, just
Crawling
checking.
That's
through
good.
the
Because this is
veins
kind of
and
freaky,
vines.
too.
Yeah.
Really
Okay,
good.
so you start releasing the web.
Yeah.
Okay, so she kind of shoots out the
Oh.
web. You guys kind of grab
Is it a
onto
size
it
anymore?
Yep.
a little bit.
Medium.
Yep.
Okay.
So I don't think I can carry anything on it.
I mean,
I
you
might
can
be able to
make it
carry
really
gnome.
sticky. You probably take a gnome and then just make a sticky path so we can
Yeah,
get
That's what I
it.
was
so
thinking,
I'll
like
do
a
that and
web.
maybe take one of the gnomes, because I'm a medium
Okay.
beast.
Take
Okay,
the
so you-
cleric. We need her to survive.
Yeah, I'll take
Yeah.
the flare.
Okay,
I'll
so you
take
begin
it.
going up, and every like maybe 4
Right.
feet, you kind of make a sticky spot,
Yes.
and your feet have no problem getting to the sides and whatnot. Yeah, you continue going up.
We're gonna be
Uh,
looking for stuff like traps or things to come out of the wall.
Okay, she's leading the way. Enid,
Oh.
you're on her back, so I'll let you make a perception check, and I'll let you make a perception check as well.
So she's making a web behind her that we're...
That you
We're
guys are
sticking
kind of
to climb up.
using to not a rope, so she's not holding you. She's
This
just
is disgusting.
15.
Oh,
15.
Better than Blade of Death.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
the wrong
Are you
character.
sure?
24.
24. As you're going up, you don't see any markings except for right where he stepped. You do see a sigil that was activated because he put it on. Looking up further up the stair, you can see that there are other like fire like kind of as you kind of gotten back up to this point, you can see that further up there's more additional of these traps.
So it's just
type
traps,
thing.
but we see the one sigil.
You see the one sigil. Apparently,
Activated.
it had activated the entire stairway.
Fantastic.
We don't know
So we
any way to
can't
deactivate
it.
it.
Undo it.
Does
You're not
touching
sure.
it deactivate?
Spider shrug.
Oh, that's right. Spider
You could try
shrug.
touching the sigil again. It's not going to make
I
it
can
worse.
crawl us over there.
Yeah, that's true. Can I?
All the traps double in size.
And we all die.
And then spikes start coming down from the ceiling.
End of game.
You touch the sigil and nothing happens.
Mm. So could I make the web going up over the traps? Potentially.
You can make it probably go on the wall.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
Everybody gets
So
to be
you
Spider-Man.
keep going up. All right. So this next trap you see is you watch and you see all these little spikes get shot out
Oh, good.
from the wall
Just time it so we can all
every
jump
6
through.
seconds. Now you easily scurry up on the wall. Everybody that's going off on the side, I'm going to need you to make an athletics check for me. As you, if you want to try to jump over, I'm fine with that. I'm trying to do acrobatics.
20.
I'd rather do
natural.
acrobatics.
20, unnatural. So you climb over. Okay. If you want to do a cantrip, or does it have to be a
Oh
first level
my
spell?
gosh.
I
Perhaps?
have to do
I haven't
first
rolled
level as well.
a
So if you
double
want to
digit
do that,
on my
you can get
dice
over
yet.
no issue.
If
14.
something happens...
Got a
Yeah.
6.
With a plus 8.
What did you roll?
14.
14.
With a plus 8.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it at the moment.
Okay.
Am I still riding on the spider?
12.
12. Yeah, you make it over. Like you, it's and like,
Yeah.
again, you're
Six
starting to
clicks,
feel a little bit
six
more fatigue and stuff, but it's more just like like just worn out. But your muscles and stuff are still fine. You might if you keep going, like if there's more of these that you have to do, maybe a couple more, you might start feeling a little bit more tired and having to be a little bit more difficulties doing it. So you guys continue up. You walk for another minute or so at a slower pace now, and you can see up above further. You can see as this flame
There's
erupts
no way
from the side.
we can go 600 more feet like this.
You don't
Why
think?
not?
Well,
I'm doing great.
So you guys make it to the fire trap. Okay.
Can we look
you
around
essentially-
that trap to see if there's like any way to turn off this staircase thing again?
Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check.
I would like to also.
We should never let St. John lead.
You guys are leading.
Yeah, we're leading.
We're leading now.
This is my worst
13.
character for like any role. Can I try to intimidate this trap to go away?
What's this one?
Fire.
It's a fire trap, but they're looking around to see if there's anything around the trap.
Is it all time 6 seconds? Because I feel like we can run through in 6 seconds pretty much anything.
We can't really run. We're slow in the web, and if we're not in the web, we fall down the stairs to our death.
I like our odds.
10 for
10 for
investigation.
investigation. You guys looking
I
together,
got
you're
13,
not
yeah.
seeing anything on the sides.
Where would they
are we?
even
Are we
put
still near the fire trap? Or are we past
That's
it?
something?
You're
She has 8 eyes. Can she roll with this advantage?
Oh yeah.
well. You guys were trying to
Yeah.
stop and investigate. They checked on the last trap, and
Mm-hmm.
she was. They were able to see the sigil, but you guys tried touching the sigil, and nothing happened. So
Can I try to time it and jump through on the web?
you certainly can try. Go ahead and make
I feel
a.
great about
Go
this.
ahead and make an acrobatics check.
Did the rest of us make it past yet or no?
We made it
Yeah.
past the first
Yeah.
of like
Acrobatics?
50.
You guys are climbing over the side. Make athletics checks.
18 for acrobatics.
Or
18. You
can I
guys
do
watch St. John
Acrobatics or athletics.
jumps over epically, lands.
No problem.
16.
16. You're fine.
What's going to wear on the last
19.
strap?
19. You both make it across.
Sooner or
so
later,
you-
we're going to get a natural one.
Okay,
Absolutely.
you guys continue making it up,
Put that out in the universe.
kind of slowly
should be-
going.
we got hide in
How,
the-
how long do you think?
You
would
guys are halfway there. You've made it halfway up to the top of the tower.
And we're at a landing. So we
But
can-
how long
How
has
long
it
have they
been? Because her form only lasts so long.
It's been about 10 minutes,
How long's my form last?
about an hour, I think.
Okay.
And
We'll make it. You just keep on going with that
Yeah.
sticky.
Keep
so
on spiders.
you guys keep going, making your way up to the up towards the top of this tower. You get to this next area and you don't see anything, but you can hear
But
something.
we're going to look.
I am going.
Hold up,
Can I
Spidey.
Yeah, I'm
cast
gonna stop.
firebolt up the stairs? See if it.
As you guys keep getting closer to whatever it is, you keep hearing this.
Can we look for something?
Fairy fire.
Fairy fire. Okay, so kind of covers that space, and then you just see slowly. You see this thing kind of.
So you have 3 hours.
Cool.
It's half your duration.
What is
3
it?
hours? Cool.
Is it like,
Like
an
a
electric
static
pulse?
ball, but we got to time it so we run through when
Is that
it's
with
like
my circle
this
or
and not
every
like
Just
circle?
all of them.
But we can see it now for a couple seconds if we run.
I was at 3 hours now with my shape.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Oh, nice.
Okay. So you
Continue.
make
I
the
was-
spots
I
on
was
the
thinking
wall.
it
Are
was
you
an
guys just
hour.
gonna climb over again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're starting to feel pretty tired. On the next trap, you might have disadvantage. You guys, what's your strength modifier? You guys are still doing fine on the strength, I think.
+2. I don't know. What that means.
He's starting to feel fatigued because one,
He's
he's
doing acrobatics.
poisoned still,
Oh.
and he's got a -1 to his strength. Like it's just getting tiring doing all this physical stuff.
Can I do acrobatics?
You know, if you're climbing on the wall, like if you want to jump through, you can do acrobatics.
That's what I'm doing.
Oh, I'm gonna jump
jumping
through.
Alright.
I'm gonna jump through.
That's what I've been
so
doing.
he's trying to time
doing
it. Yeah.
better.
Cool.
Yes.
It's a good thing I did.
23.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. You climb over, and you're not an issue.
Jump
Yeah.
through.
With
Show
my
no
+8.
weakness.
I got 11.
11. You barely time it right.
Plus-
So you wait. You watch as St. John
This
jumps through.
dice.
Whew.
I'm gonna get you new dice.
It's going to jail.
And for some reason, you're just like, oh, I should go too. Whew. And
For
right as
some
soon
reason.
as you jump through and you land right behind him, and but yeah,
This
Can
is
you go through a
thrilling.
revolving door or anything?
I'm sure there is a much easier way to do it, but
Can
I
the
love
giant
this
spider
method.
just take at least one more trip?
I mean, probably.
Medium.
get
I
you?
don't know if I can carry him or not. Can I carry him? That medium beast.
What's your strength modifier? Is the giant wolf spider?
+1.
Yeah, +1. Pretty strong. Yeah.
Give the.
I'd say you could switch. Yeah.
Make the
and
cleric
carry-
start walking.
yeah, it's
Just kidding.
up to you guys.
Unless we
Yeah,
might
just say
lose
that.
him if he's like looks visibly like
You can see
exhausted,
he's
right?
he's sweating
You
profusely.
feel good enough to run with the rest of us?
I've
the
been
kid needs a
chilling
ride.
out the last bit, so I
All right, Spidey, you want to switch and carry your bestie?
I can't do a thumbs up. It's a leg up.
I'll assume that means yes.
Okay, so you hop up on the back.
So hairy.
you
So-
used to it.
Same thing. This next spot you get to, you just see what appears to be this fog cloud kind of forming, and you kind of see this chilling of ice.
Like, can I just
Kind of
cast
slowly fades
Gust to just clear the fog before it?
You see, it's essentially, and it like flash freezes, if that makes sense. Where it's more of, it's not just like a,
Okay,
it's
not the fog causing it.
No.
The fog's it.
is the cold, the extreme cold.
So you haven't been having to make any checks, right?
Mm-mm.
So why don't you crawl over with him, crawl over with the next one, just keep crawling back and forth over these traps with each one of us.
Yeah.
Okay.
She lifts the leg.
At a certain point, she will become fatigued from doing that repeatedly.
It's fine. Just kill me. It's cool.
No, she should probably just keep going forward.
Okay, cool.
With
That's
one
just a
person, she's
suggestion.
fine. I mean, spiders can walk and stuff. At a certain point, it's gonna, like, it's still, even in the final form, she's doing all the heavy lifting. So, you guys get to this one. Acrobatics. Okay.
So, can I crawl on the wall?
So she's creating these spots. of
Right.
web
So
on
I
the
can do
wall.
that.
You can climb.
Instead
I'm
of
behind you. If
jumping.
that helps.
11.
11, you make it across.
24.
24?
Barely.
Yeah, barely. This time you go first, and then kind of catch Senjin behind you.
Am I making a strength?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, 19.
19, yeah. You feel nice
I mean,
and
I've
rested.
been rested, yeah.
All right, you make it across. Okay, keep going up to the next spot. This one, again, you don't see anything, but you can hear this.
Speaking in parcel tongue.
Does the sound go in roughly the same time intervals that
It
all these
does.
traps have been going?
Have
does.
these traps all been evenly spaced?
Probably.
Pretty evenly spaced, yeah.
Let's try again.
So we have a good idea where it's gonna be.
I feel like none of these traps are going to one-hit kill us because we're caught on the web. They'll probably just weaken us a lot.
There's a chance it would weaken us to the
I
point
need
where we
everybody
can't.
to make a wisdom saving throw
Dang it.
from you real
13.
I don't want to do this as a spider.
We are not. We're gonna be evil by the end of this.
No.
Also a natural 1.
Oh, no.
11.
11.
13.
6.
Oh, Maddie, you'll ram the spider.
Those are low saves.
Mark one more. Mark 2. Mark 2.
2 more what?
That's
2 marks.
Points
I
of
didn't
our
have one,
insanity or whatever we're doing.
and that's full marks for Sinjin.
I don't think I have any yet.
That's
Full mark.
no,
So
that's
my
3.
first
That's
I thought 3 was it.
You never told us how many.
I swore I heard 3 and that was it.
No.
No.
Where's my
No, that's 3
pencil?
marks.
There.
You hear this kind of voice kind of sinking into your head, and it's just like, I can show you the truth. You can know everything.
You can know.
Everything. All knowledge.
Do any of our people, when we hear these things, feel like it's a bad thing? Or are we all just like...
No, it's speaking more to a desire of,
And there's no
Do we see like a
noticeable
change?
effect on
Yeah.
us.
No.
Like, do I see like he
There's
looks
no-
glad,
There's no
glazed
noticeable effect
over?
in
No.
how we feel.
We can't be
and
like
No.
slap him and be like, come on, snap out of it.
you.
It's all in my
it's,
head.
It's yeah.
Okay.
But we now
You-
know. We now know.
But
this
it's
is the
but it's
effect.
one of those things where it's just like you have this. It's almost like an inner monologue with yourself that you're having. This inner dialogue, Like, and it just like these thoughts kind of permeate. It's it's
Okay.
Oh my
I
Sitting.
Currently, my inner monologue's in spiders, so I don't understand it.
you.
There you go.
I assume it's. I assume your inner monologue is just kill, absorb them all.
She still maintains her wisdom and all that stuff. Oh, you're in it. This would be a. Oh no, it's not. It's not a charming effect because you're an elf, so you would have advantage technically. I think gnomes would too.
Fae, ancestry.
I would say that. Oh, you're half elf too, right?
Yeah, I am half elf.
So you guys can roll with advantage. This is a charming like effect.
Do I roll for?
Can I just have my wisdom on?
Oh my
fire, not the
gosh.
I'm guessing I can't go back and re-roll.
It's better because it's not 2. You erase 1.
Oh, fuck, it's
It's
just
only 1. So you can. No. Well.
Okay. What?
15.
15.
17.
So you don't. You. Well, it negates the. So 16.
17.
17. So nothing happens.
Woo!
Except for to you.
yeah.
You hear that
Listen,
voice
Jim.
kind of just internally, and it makes you desire to know more. Like what is it that this is speaking to inside? Like there's just like these thoughts come up in your head of your mother, of friends, of people, of the hat.
Do need
Ways you
that
can
hat.
get the hat.
Of the hat.
You're gonna turn Furian, aren't you? You're gonna make a deal.
So
Can I get the
yeah.
hat if?
Well, I'm gonna make a deal with Daxur that he gives me the hat.
Okay, so you guys are at the next trap still.
Okay, now we're gonna try to get through.
Okay.
What are the odds of me rolling bad 3 times in a row?
Don't put that out there.
Oh. That's for what?
What?
I told you, don't put that out there.
What is wrong with you?
All right. Okay, what are you
Pick a
doing?
different dice.
All right,
I've all been different. Each one's been different. I try to use
go ahead and roll, Laura.
Oh, roll?
Are you making a strength or dexterity check as you go through the
Oh,
trap?
dex for sure.
Okay, so you're acrobatics, so you're trying to time the jump.
19 plus 8.
Okay, yeah, you're fine. You're on the back.
I'm on
of
the spider.
You're moving forward.
What's that?
8 plus your strength.
10.
10. Just make it over. Like you get over it and you feel
I got
the
distracted by
web.
Sinjin.
I just walk right into the middle of it. I got this.
You thought that you were timing it right.
Mhm.
You thought that you knew where it started. You jump through and just kind of stand up, and everybody's like, "No, come on!" And as soon as that happens, and as you're standing in the middle of this spot, you there's also no web here, so you start sliding back. You begin to become frightened. And you look up and you just start seeing. You see the spider, and it terrifies you.
I'm sorry.
You see your friends, and they appear to be enemies. I need you to use your action to turn and run the other way.
Can I make a? Can I make like a?
As you begin running down and
On
sliding
the web,
back down
but
the
back
stairs.
on the web that's
Sinjin,
down
where are you
there, right?
going?
You're running away because you were.
Can I make an
terrified.
insight check to see if I
No, wait, yours.
notice like what's going on?
So go ahead and make an insight check as you.
I'm taking the other stairs.
22.
22. You see him land, and you see this. You hear that sound again, and you just see his face kind of turn into terror as he looks over all of you, and he just turns and jumps and starts running down and sliding,
Yeah.
jumping. So he's running away.
Bye.
Can I
Um,
do...
So how far down is he now?
He's gone 30 feet so far. He's not really trying to be careful either. He's just getting away from the things that has terrified him.
Can I go back on the sticky stuff and try to catch up to him and like grab him
You can definitely try. Go ahead.
acrobatically?
Yeah, go ahead.
Really weird noise.
It's stressed out about the situation.
Yes.
Also means 8.
What'd you roll?
Well, I
Natural
fell.
1.
Natural 1.
Oh,
Maybe you
Because
just
it was
you got caught in the web.
You jump.
Yeah, I just like am stuck to the
Okay,
wall.
so maybe I say...
Your foot slips.
Spider?
As it hits part of the web, but it kind of spins you out. So you start sliding down,
Yeah.
kind of tumbling as you're going.
I'm trying to reaching for the web. I'm trying to reach for the web.
You do suffer 4 points of bludgeoning damage as your head whack smacks against the side of this.
If I drop the form, does the web all disappear? Or is it
the,
still there?
the web's still there.
Am I on a web or am I on the wall?
No, your feet are just kind of sticky.
Okay.
You go get it.
You're,
Yeah.
What are
you're
you
probably
guys
faster
doing?
than there.
I'm
I'm
gonna-
trying to grab the web so I can stop myself.
Yeah.
I'm gonna probably actually try to do exactly what she just did.
Are you
Since you get up to
falling
him
too?
and
I thought you were
get
riding
him.
me.
I'm about to jump off.
Okay.
He's coming.
I have
after
a
the
plan.
people that are falling.
I didn't gather that.
All right. Acrobatics.
Yeah.
19.
19. You jump and you see her feet slip out from underneath. You jump forward and you get down just about to him. What do you do? Are you doing anything else?
I'm gonna use my thing, move 10 feet, grab him, thunderstep, back up to the web.
Oh, that'll go 90 feet.
Okay.
That'll go past the trap doors.
Yeah. And so how far are you going up?
Just back up right where the spider is.
Okay. So grabs onto you. The creature
He's
has to
still
be willing.
terrified?
He's terrified of you. So I want you to roll.
Terrified
Well,
of him?
But
Make a.
is he willing to just travel with me? He doesn't even.
No, he is terrified of you. He does
Oh.
not see fury.
Oh,
So,
You're terrified of everything?
Is it against?
He's horrified. Make a
Why did you make it so
make a
difficult?
strength check for me as you try to hold on him as he is trying to wrestle away from you.
It's so difficult.
Yep. I'm going up.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's better than that.
15.
Oh, no, it's not.
Can someone heal him?
So
Is that a thing?
he
Lesser restoration?
he wiggles out at the last second as you cast the
But I have
spell,
to touch him.
and you teleport back up there as he leaves your grasp, and you're back up there with the rest of your party as.
Well, then you need to make.
If you get on my back, we start going over there and you can try to grab
him.
Yeah.
I fail.
So I don't.
Okay.
You may
Well,
repeat,
I don't know what it is actually.
You
but
may
I'm pretty
make
sure.
a wisdom saving throw now.
It's 16.
Yeah, we can do
Okay.
Try to
that.
start doing that instead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's good
nice.
damage.
Yeah, let's start going down. When we see Fury come back.
Yeah.
What is it?
8.
Okay.
I'm going all the way
Okay.
back
So
down
we're
to-
going down. She's back on my back, and we're gonna try to catch up to him, going down again.
Okay. So he's about
So
60 feet
9
down
points
now.
of damage.
I
And you
can
get to the
do-
cold trap, but you're not really
My
worried
climb
about
speed
that.
is 40
Well,
feet
actually-
right now.
Oh,
Okay,
her
her climb
So
speed is
per
40.
the thing
Yeah.
Okay.
we discussed, I think. Oh wait, also,
It's either fire or thunder.
well, and something else. So it's lightning damage, and you will take 3 more points of damage
Jeez.
as even
Yeah.
more lightning shoots out.
Okay.
Good. It's a good start. We're killing each other.
Yeah.
On the
So if he
stairs.
was
gonna
what,
get
60
this
feet
back.
down?
It's gonna be like the bridge.
I'm about
Yeah, he's
60
about
feet
60
down.
feet
How
down.
fast is he moving? Because I could.
He's sliding, jumping left and right, like trying to get away. He slowed him down for a second, like he actually got a hold of him and like teleported. And you had started moving down as you saw Fury teleport right next to you. So you can make it down. You would have to use your action to dash, and you'd be next to him.
I can do that
Okay.
because I'm not the one doing it.
But you have made it to the cold trap. So I need you to make a Constitution saving throw as
Oh my
you
God.
run through that.
Nope.
Okay.
Wait, isn't
Well, yeah, nope.
so? How far down did the web go?
Going down probably.
So she was like essentially creating
Yeah, so I was going.
like web spots.
I'm just wondering if he does regain his senses, he could
He could,
theoretically
yes.
stop himself.
Yes.
Luckily,
I'm alive.
that was my
You take 11 points of
I
cold
rolled-
damage.
2 beautiful things
Hey, remember those
to
diamonds you were talking
get
about?
down there.
Yeah.
Might
I
need
made
to
sure
bring
we had
them.
enough.
For himself.
So you
Okay,
you
so-
see him, Enid. What do you? Or you used your action to rush down there. What are you doing?
Touching him and doing lesser restoration.
Okay, you're gonna have to like leap off the spider to
Okay.
try and get a hold of him.
Okay.
So
Is
go
that
make a
into the
dexterity check for me.
Hypothetically, could I have used heightened spell to give him disadvantage on the?
13.
13. You jump. You get a hold of him. What are you casting?
Lesser restoration.
Lesser restoration.
Move one from this.
And your sense is clear. You kind of stop and then you see Enid standing next to you.
Do I remember anything?
Yeah, you remember running down, but they were definitely not these people that were chasing
Guys.
after you.
You see those guys? You guys take care of them?
What are you doing?
We're going up the other stairs. These stairs are booby-trapped and terrifying. This is a
Can I
horrible place.
Carry both gnomes. Would I just be slowed or whatever?
You could, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Carry them back.
I need you
Carry
to
the
make.
little
I need
people
you to
up.
make a dexterity saving throw for me with disadvantage as you are kind of rolling and tumbling down.
Wait, she is 2 now?
She
Dex?
was.
No,
Dex.
we'll rest of all.
Dexterity
Disadvantage
saving throw.
14.
14.
Oh.
That'd be great. I'm gonna take that
I
silver.
think that's still right. Let me double check.
Technically, this is all your
Oh,
fault
11.
anyways.
11. Okay, so you're able to grab a hold of a couple of webs and you kind of rip them off and stuff. You do unfortunately go through the cold trap, so I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
So Fury's way up there, and all of us are back 2 traps.
Natural 20.
Natural
Well, I'm
20.
up with
Okay.
the spider.
We went down to get.
Oh.
I carried her down.
Well, then,
You take
yeah,
6
I'm just
points
up
of
there.
Just in there holding onto the web like.
As
Where
you
is it?
feel it, and you cover your
Coming back.
face just as it's about to hit, and you kind of hold your breath as the cold freezes your skin. It feels like you immediately got like frostbite on some of your skin, but you resist the main effect
Just
of
want
it.
to make sure we use up all our spells before we get in any sort of battle situation.
Yeah, good job.
Okay, so for
I'm
the
not
sake
even
of
there, I
brevity,
can't even
you
see
get back. You all make it back
Oops,
up
sorry.
to where Fury is.
Good.
You're about 200 feet from the top pool, so there's maybe about 200
Almost
feet.
there.
I was just having a great time watching this.
Who?
Daxter.
Yeah.
It's like, this is hilarious. These idiots.
Almost there.
So at this point, if she took a exhaustion, that's in her spider form, right? Or is it an actual form? Because it's a physical characteristic.
I think exhaustion would still apply to her as a character.
So I was gonna say if she could take exhaustion as a spider and not worry about it.
Because essentially, now
But
her
like the
strength is. What's your strength normally?
I think it's the same.
Okay, so like because she
My strength is improved slightly.
so
It's
it's
+0.
she gains the physical benefits of it, so she's less prone to become exhausted because she has the physical characteristics.
If I feel myself becoming exhausted carrying them, can I stop before the exhaustion?
Yes,
actually hits?
you essentially
Yeah.
getting exhausted is like pushing yourself beyond the normal physical limits of what you're able to do.
I will
That's the
probably
whole
try to
idea.
continue until I get
I-
to that point.
With
I don't
both of
think-
us?
I don't think this would work, but I think it'd be cool to do alter self, get claws, and just like with my magic claws climb up.
You could probably do that with Alter Self.
Do not think that's how it works, though.
I don't know.
Okay, so
So now
You guys-
we're both riding. So
yeah, so you guys get up there. You're moving a little bit slower. You probably about you guys have been on the stairs for about an hour and a half, kind of working your way up slowly up these stairs. But yeah, it's kind of a rough go. So you guys keep going, and this next trap you get to, you can see this green smoke fill and then kind of dissipate.
That goes through
Well, you got
Can this
No,
one
no.
I cast? I know. Either way, I'm gonna cast Gust on this thing
Okay,
and see
you
what
ca-
happens.
You cast Gust and it's still it hits it and it kind of disperses, but more smoke, more of the green
Okay.
cloud just fills up the space.
Can you freeze where it's coming out of?
Well, let's just climb over.
Yeah, we
You're
don't have to
doing
do
great.
That's all I can do.
We don't
Okay.
have to do
So you
anything.
create the
can't
spot,
even
so you
contribute
two
to a
are
plan.
walking now. So you don't have disadvantage because you actually got a break. You're starting to get pretty tired.
So do I have disadvantage or no?
No, on the next one you might, and this one you don't have disadvantage because you did have a break.
2.
2.
9.
Plus what?
Okay.
What
Which
was
one
that?
you're doing.
Was
So
it,
you
I was
got
doing
10.
Dex.
So you got
So you
10.
got a
Dex.
10.
So you got a 10. Okay.
Mhm.
So you jump through. I do need you to make a Constitution saving throw. However, as some of the smoke kind of is lingering around.
5 plus 6, 11.
11. You resist the poison as you kind of like get a little bit of it in. What'd you
I failed the acrobatics.
what'd you roll though?
9.
9. Okay. So go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
This will be the fourth time poisoned in the last day.
But maybe if he needs to weaken this much, he's not very strong.
Oh wait, it's Constitution.
Constitution.
Oh no, my
It's
God.
a disadvantage.
That makes this worse. Well, not
Not that much
15.
15. You resist the poison.
Not
Yeah,
again.
buddy.
Not today.
You do take 6 points of poison damage, though.
Guys, this is a stairway.
I know. This
He's
is
not even fighting anything.
We're not even in one of the
ridiculous.
rooms on the map here. Wait, wouldn't these traps all be on the map?
Archer was documenting this stuff. They avoided these traps during this time.
Yeah, Sinjin.
So you don't know this information essentially, but he was documenting
Out
and
of
keeping
game.
track.
This is your fault.
They encountered Daxur on the stairs and were fighting him on the way. So he stopped documenting during this point
What a jerk.
and was assisting in the fighting.
What a jerk.
Yeah, totally. Didn't he
Talk to
know
him.
people were gonna come
Okay.
behind
Talk to the
him?
dead.
You can do speak with dead.
Thank
Give him a
you.
piece of
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
you
Waste
get
of spell
Let him know.
I hate you,
okay.
Archer.
That's it.
So you guys continue up.
And
You
call.
get to you can see the roof of your next place where the kind of this solid circular stone structure above you, and you can see the exit that leads up into the next area. But before you get there, you do see this strange beam of light, and you see several different colors appear.
Oh, that's not good.
Hey, we're good. We can go across it from the side.
I'm gonna give that one an extra wide berth.
Okay.
Birth.
As we get past it, can I see if there's the doorway or anything open to get up into the library?
Okay, so you guys are up there. You guys are going across
I have a question on that. If
because you guys are both fatigued now, and this will be a
You
disadvantage.
can drop us. I was going to say, if the door's open, you can drop our gnomes off, and then
How am I feeling?
You're starting to get pretty tired too. You've been now carrying two at about the same pace. You're at the you guys had an unexpected detour.
if I use the sticky stuff, that's still at disadvantage.
Your arms are getting tired.
Just tired like that. Okay.
So it's more of like you're like think about climbing up. So, like it's just like
Sinjin.
okay, like this
Want me
is
to
like the
inspire you?
10th time
Not
you've done
Okay,
this.
I'm gonna
now.
try to do acrobatics.
I will
You're
get
gonna try to
over
do
just
acrobatics?
fine.
Okay,
Well, I have a +8 versus
Okay.
+2.
go and
The
make your
newbie.
acrobatics check.
Wait.
26.
26.
Okay.
You watch as she dives through.
I'm over
And
this, guys.
Right as
Trying to do-
you see her, she dives through and
it's kind of
you watch as
inspiring.
you
Yeah.
watch as they appear, and a little piece of your cloak had kind of just bent a little bit in there, and you just watch it, and you see it gets burned. It turns a sickly green color. You see it get shocked. You see
Yeah.
pretty
let
much
that happen
everything
to
that you went through.
Again.
Yeah,
So we're at the top of the stairs now. We're done with the
you guys are right at the. You're at the top. You're still waiting on Fury to get up there.
I'm
Get ready to catch me. And I'm just going to point up and fire a green beam and then and just fly.
Okay. So
Oh,
you guys
gosh.
just watch Fury just jumps, and then you just see him use the tempestuous magic and jettison himself up, and you guys all work together catch as you make it to the top of the stairs.
Spider
And you
flap.
guys are right over here.
Guys, we've made it to the battle map.
So go ahead and put yourself right
Yes.
there at the top of the stairwell.
What room are we in now? The library?
boy.
You staying in spider form or you coming out?
I'm gonna stay for now.
I don't have a spider for you, so I don't know why I asked.
I'm gonna just crawl over to
Get
the
a
wall.
spider.
Well,
Okay.
I'm gonna
So-
thank you.
You slowly work. You guys slowly enter into
Spider
this
friend.
room, and you can see it is a beautiful library. There are bookshelves that line the entire walls. You do see what appear to be some disheveled books that have fallen, and they're kind of thrown about on the ground. You see a couple tables in there. I don't have tables on.
Can we
there,
look for
but-
traps?
I'm totally gonna
So
read
yeah,
these books
I'm
just
finishing
as,
my description.
Oh,
of the
sorry.
room. So there's a
as
couple
soon as I
tables.
catch my breath.
You do see a couple of basins off to your left and right. You see some
fresh water.
some storage compartments,
No.
containers, boxes. The ceiling is about 40 feet tall, so about the height of this house that we're in. So it goes all the way. So from down here all the way up, and the width too. So it's quite a big space.
9 foot 3 most. 9 times 3, 24.
Oh.
My taller than that.
With the attic.
With the attic, yeah. 40 feet there.
So you guys, so you're looking around, and but yeah, that's what you see that before you. Go ahead and make a perception check. Everybody.
14.
Oh my.
17.
It jumped right on out of there.
Just right on down there.
Oh, I need this.
I think it's this.
Doesn't count if it's not in the box.
I mean, I'll re-roll it.
But then you have to re-roll all your high ones that you roll out too. I don't think
It's a natural 20.
Woo!
If it wasn't in the box, it was a 6. Whichever we're taking.
I'll say you picked it up and you were trying to re-roll. So fine. Okay. So
Spider's
you guys
perceptive.
you
but-
guys are all kind of taken in by the view of this. You pick out, looking across, you can see the stairwell. The next, and it's a small spiral staircase that goes up, as opposed to the large grand staircase that you just entered in through. You can see kind of on the floor, and you can see several different dark spots that are on the floor. They're kind of different spatterings.
Like blood?
It's black and
Like black
with
blood.
a very faint residue of red. But whatever it is long, old, and coagulated, and just a stain.
I hate that
I'm
word.
gonna poke who's ever closest to me. My spider
And
light.
Yeah.
Won't be me.
Spider point.
What you got there?
It looks.
You know how creepy that would be to be poked by a giant spider leg.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Should we
don't know.
taste
It looks like dried blood now.
No. What if
Okay,
it's poisoned
so
blood?
you look around. The books are beautiful, but I will say you do notice it's blood, is what you're able to tell, and kind of just that. But you can see these spots of blood.
Oh.
You make it to the top stairs. I do need everybody to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
With advantage for some of us still.
If you
One
have
not natural.
ancestry, you have advantage.
17.
13.
15.
Wait, what am I looking?
Wisdom.
Wisdom
Wisdom.
saving throw.
Should be good.
20
Yeah, you're fine.
Fif-
20 something.
something.
15.
15, 13. What'd you roll?
20 not natural.
17. Okay. You all kind of don't really feel anything, but it's just you just kind of looking around. All right. So you saw that, but you
Yeah.
also do see a bunch of stuff in this room.
Seeing
so-
the blood, can I kind of try to see if... Because if they're still red, it's kind of fresher, I would think. Some of it.
It's very, very faint.
Like dark,
like
dark,
like
dark,
like
dark.
that's what I'm saying.
Right.
It looks black.
Okay.
There is just a faint red tint to it.
I'll just explore that area a little bit.
Okay. You can see that it appears to lead towards the next set of stairs.
Oh. I'm gonna wait.
No, I'm just saying you can see that.
Okay. I'm just not gonna go up the stairs.
Guys, didn't Dragon Boy tell us we shouldn't do like a long rest because the longer we wait in here, the worse it is?
Yeah.
I want to at least look over the books a little bit.
I agree. Also, how's everyone feeling?
You're looking
How
a
are you
little worse
feeling?
for wear.
Can I take a short rest while looking through
Yeah.
the books?
Guess you're not bleeding yet.
If you guys want to spend some time looking at the books,
And
it's
I'm
totally
actually
up
gonna
to you.
drop my form so I can look at stuff better.
Okay. So
I'd like to look also.
Wait, so are we doing a short rest or no?
I don't know if searching and resting can...
If we look
Be
around at books, is that a
simultaneous.
short rest?
no, you're investigating.
Then
What if you're just sitting?
If you're just sitting, not doing anything else.
If we bring stuff
Just
to
sit.
Fury, is he resting?
uh,
Flip
Ah,
the
yeah, if he sits
page.
at the table and we just bring him a book. There you go. He won't be looking for anything.
but you don't know what to look for.
Oh, well, you didn't
Well,
do
that's
anything.
okay.
what are you guys doing?
I'm looking.
I was
For
looking
I'm
books.
at the book.
making
Okay.
Sinjin's it.
I'm resting.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check. You're sitting and resting. You're making an investigation check. You're making an
I'm
investigation.
going
What are
to
you doing?
use hit dice.
I guess I can make an investigation.
14.
Don't roll just yet, because you're beginning the process of taking a short
May not
rest.
make it.
Oh, jeez.
Only 13.
13.
Oh, yeah, 14.
6.
6.
We found
Wow.
nothing.
Natural
You-
twenty.
you
I
guys-
have 17.
17. Okay.
I swear, if
you
I
guys
find the same book that I have twice already.
Go right back to the blood splatter.
Yes, blood. My
Like, do
spider
we
form,
see
I really
these
want this
things? Are these things that we could go over and look at?
Yeah.
Can I go look at this basin too? After I'm done looking at the books.
So the one over there is the blood, right? The red one.
No, I
Never
think that's
good
just
when he
another
picks up the Tome of Foes.
So wait, where do you find the blood?
It's never the
By the
Tome of
stairs.
Friends. It's always the
Other
Tome of
staircase.
Foes.
There
And
is no tub of
The
French
blood is just like
D&D.
on the ground?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like really old
Oh,
splatters
you know
of
nothing
dried blood
about
on the ground.
So we didn't look at the shiny blue and red thing.
No.
I wasn't interested
We just
either.
assume they're trouble and don't look at them.
All right, so put yourselves where you are on the map, looking.
Well, I would have been looking in the books.
Okay.
Over here-ish.
Okay.
Probably away from the stairs. Just
Where is the blood?
gonna rest right here.
I'll just be maybe by Callie.
Could you, if you have the healing spirit, we could just every
Yeah.
6 seconds go back and
I'm
step
just
in it
trying
real
to
fast.
Hold on to some
Yeah, 'cause I
spells.
don't-
So
I don't.
you
Yeah.
guys are all kind
Just
of
we're all just like
looking
reading, walk
through
through
some
it.
stuff. You're kind of taking a rest, slowly sitting there. Fury, as you're kind of looking through the books, just even more intense than you've even noticed. And how many marks do you have?
Only one now.
Only one. I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage.
So
Or no,
just
straight roll.
Good. 3.
I thought it was a 1.
3.
Do you have a +0?
I have plus like nothing
You
except
take 2 marks.
Oh, jeez. I'm gonna get out of this room.
As you're sitting there, you almost just hear this whisper into your ear, like closer than it's been, but you actually hear almost audible voice. I can show you everything.
I keep hearing the world.
I have secrets. Power beyond your imagining. Everything you've ever dreamed. All revenge can be yours. Enid,
Yes.
as you kind of sit here, you can see Fury looking out at the books. You roll high enough perception that you see a face slowly emerge from the wall that appears to be talking into his ear.
Did you? Hey, Fury.
No, you see the
Oh,
face.
I see. Yeah.
You see the
I'm
face.
gonna ask him if he summon something.
Okay.
I assume I'd just.
You're focused on the book and listening intently.
So he's not really hearing me.
And you want to keep listening.
I don't know if it's undead, but turn on.
Oh, that's right. I do.
It might be too powerful. I don't know what it is, but
Yeah, that's a good. I mean, I can try it. What happens if I go?
You see its face disappear again. As you're sitting there, as you're kind of look, you just see it disappear. Fury, you're just kind of still standing there.
Do I not hear the voice anymore?
No, but it doesn't strike you as odd or anything.
Did I even see the face?
No,
Okay then.
no.
Like, did you see that? Did someone talk to you?
I assume I'm still ignoring you. Just what is the book about?
Jeez.
The books you see over here, there's a lot in foreign languages that you don't understand. A lot of it appears to be handwritten notes, books that were written probably by Daxter himself. You're kind of looking over the titles and the bindings and stuff, but your mind is kind of just more in a different place right now. You're still kind of looking and observing, but you're not noticing anything. Ash, as you're kind of standing there, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Flat or advantage?
Do you have any marks?
No.
No. Yeah, with advantage.
Boy, if I did a charisma
Um,
saving throw.
I'm doing this character now.
Is that even really a thing?
it is for banishment.
23.
23.
It's a
You-
charisma save.
So if you intimidate the
You
spell.
are sitting there, and you hear a voice come out. I know all about your past. You hear the voice, but you look, and you see a face emerge. A twisting face wrapped in bandages. It looks broken apart and torn asunder. You see that emerging from the side, trying to whisper to you, and it sees that you notice it. I need you to make.
Oh god.
No, that's the
Health
one
engine's
you
just
saved.
resting in the corner.
You see it do that,
Got
and you
his
see it
hat.
go, and I need everyone to go and make a wisdom saving throw for me as we are entering into.
No advantage or advantage?
No, this is not advantage. This
5.
Is
Reading a book. What
5.
are we doing? I already forgot.
Wisdom
wisdom
save.
saving
Okay.
throw.
16.
Come on, come on. 21.
Nice.
14.
Freaking
Alright, one second.
Fury and I got 5, so.
Okay, you guys are terrified. Like I was.
You're okay. So let's see. What was everybody's saving throws?
5.
5.
14.
21.
16.
16. Okay, you three are fine. You two.
Rock on.
Not.
They're gonna bond over
Yeah,
this.
this is gonna go great.
Definitely
You both
not.
take 12 points of psychic damage, and you're stunned until the end of your next turn.
What?
Good.
Ooh.
I can't do anything.
You guys want to give me an
As you feel this and it racks your entire bodies with fear, you, however, turn.
Oh,
And
no.
it kind of fills you with this dread but joy almost.
Do I still take the damage?
You do take the damage, but you almost feel pulled in towards like wanting to help this creature. It
Good.
could have secrets that you need and that you know. You're stunned, but at the start of your next turn, you're really weighing the option of whether aiding this creature is worth taking out your friends.
They're not my friends.
Okay?
Oh,
So he's already made his decision.
So,
7?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't have initiative.
Actually,
oh, jeez.
what the baddies get?
Natural 1.
I got 17.
So, 4.
Oh, I need to roll for that.
Oh, initiative. I don't know for initiative either, sorry.
Talerian Fury.
20.
14.
Well,
Alright.
But I'm stunned, so.
I don't really know what to do.
But the baddie goes last.
Or right before me, depending on how you look at it.
That's true.
I'm assuming I'm first.
Let's shift it back over here.
Oh my.
I'm just putting that guy out because I don't really have anything.
I don't know.
What did you summon now?
I didn't do
Am
it.
I asleep?
Is he like?
You're resting.
I guess, yeah, I wouldn't know what
You
to
heard
say, I'm
that
just
you
gonna-
heard that noise and it kind of startled
Jolted
you.
you.
Holy crap.
Is he like behind the bookshelf or is he in the same row
He
as?
came out at.
He is the.
I assume
Oh,
he's right in front of
You guys, you three, you do take half damage. You take 6 points of damage.
You still take 6 points, even though
Me?
you saved. Or not you.
Yeah.
I already
Us
took
two.
Yeah,
full
you
damage.
three take 6 points. You saved. You
He's
take
like,
half
no,
damage.
no.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Fantastic, guys.
How you doing, buddy?
I am over half life, so I'm not bloody yet.
That's cool. I'm at a third.
That's cool.
Okay.
You might be an enemy, so that might be good.
Might be.
It might be.
Okay.
Callie.
So Callie, you're up first.
I'm stunned.
You're stunned. Your turn ends as you you feel your entire body
know
lock
what to
up, and you're just
do.
terrified of what you just heard. Like you just
No,
permeated
not
every
a spider.
sense that you have.
I wish I was.
Ash, your turn. As you see it shift back
Cool.
and disappear from your view.
God.
So I don't see it.
You didn't see it, no. You just saw it kind of
Oh.
shift out.
So there's nothing technically.
Nothing right in front of you. There's a bookshelf in front of you.
Okay.
You saw it back in through the bookshelf.
Can I try to perceive where it went?
Sure.
Okay. Which I guess will be my action, but I don't know what else to do. Yeah. 13.
I mean, you're assuming it's on the other side of the bookshelf.
Oh. I thought you were saying it wasn't actually there.
No, I said it was right in front of you. So essentially, it was like
Oh, I
here
thought you
in the
said
bookshelf,
it was
and it
just
backed.
gone.
No, so it was right where you were, and then
Oh.
you saw it back away
Just-
from you.
Push the bookshelf over.
Ooh.
Into the ghost.
I mean,
Well, then you'd be able to see him.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
since that was my action, I can't really.
No, it wasn't your action. Just
Oh. Okay, well, I'm gonna. I don't know what works on these things.
shift into a different zone.
Maybe I shouldn't start out with a quick skill. Crap. I guess I'm gonna try Flaming Sphere and just see what happens.
Okay. So, do you step off to the side so you can see him?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be over here.
Okay. So, and you kind of see the faint outline of this strange creature.
Yeah.
It's a constantly swirling mess, but it looks like it was torn apart, whatever it was.
Ooh.
Okay.
Essentially just ribbons of its former self. Just
Well,
kind of swirling.
it has to make a dex save.
Okay. It's a natural 20.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Or is it
Okay.
I assume it's undead. I don't know what your stuff does. Or
Okay.
I don't know what it has to do. But
That's my turn then.
No, it doesn't take any damage.
it's just not a spell. It's your.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Oh. Half as much, yeah.
Okay.
It does. Sorry. So, 3.
3.
Yeah.
So you see it, and you can kind of see the fire tries to look up at it and stuff, and it just doesn't.
Uh-huh.
You see it kind of move away from it a little bit. Just not really much effect.
Okay.
Okay.
Did more than me.
St. John,
Do I see him over there?
you do.
Cool. Well, this is gonna be terrible.
So you're gonna?
Come on up here. Still using my long sword, the magical one,
Okay.
my regular attacks.
Okay.
I'm going to click the clockwork amulet, see if it works.
Okay. Make a roll 50 percentile dice. Or percentile dice.
Roll 50 of them.
11.
11. It does not work.
Cool.
As you. As
So
it,
then
it's just a bonus action to do that.
yeah.
Okay. Because that
I
just means
can't
it's
do
an
my third
automatic hit.
attack, so I'll do my 2 other attacks.
Okay.
Natural 1.
Okay.
Oh my god.
13.
13 just hits as you see, and you see the magic kind of carves through where it is.
4 points of damage.
Okay.
Hey, 1 more than I did.
Yep.
4 more than
And
I
I
did.
All right.
used my bonus action, so that's all I got.
Fury, your turn comes and goes. And you're really
That's
starting
right.
to consider. All right, Enid, your turn.
Okay, I'm going to.
What's wrong with you?
I
You were
have
stunned
3
too.
points,
You were
and
stunned too.
yeah, and the guy was whispering to me, so
Take.
I
She's
don't.
gonna take us out. And then she's gonna take us out. And then we're all just gonna be dead.
I don't.
I'm gonna take out spiritual weapon.
I don't know if I'm gonna have to roll
Okay.
or.
And then,
Or just decide.
yeah. And then I can't. Or can I use it?
You can use that on a turn. Yeah. You'll have to move in order to see it.
Oh, sure.
Like, go
Oh,
by.
before I move, can I touch? Can I? Because I can do a cantrip still, right? Or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I do guidance on Callie?
Sure.
So you have 1d4 on an ability check.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay, then I'll move.
Not a saving throw though.
And then move out
Right.
here so you can see.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then whack him.
All right.
Oh no.
We were ready to read, not to fight.
10.
10. And you see
You're
it.
rolling great tonight.
My dice have been a whole row.
All right. His turn.
No.
Let's see if he gets it back.
Nope, no.
Alrighty.
When the DM says dang it.
We say yeah.
We say yeah.
Hallelujah.
Should have done flourish.
Isn't that a bonus action? Oh,
It's part of my attack. It just
Yeah.
uses one of my inspiration dice.
Does anybody
Because you knew
rested
there were
after
other
Save
I
them
used
for
my
Dex
circlet
Hero,
that
really.
one time,
Well,
right?
You see it
Short
shift
or
through
Long.
the wall
I don't
here
remember.
over to kind of this
yes.
side.
The last time was in
Sees
the
the
village,
three of you.
right?
Yeah.
3 of
Then-
which 3.
We used it. I used it when you fell in the hole.
Enid, St. John, and Ash.
Yeah, we rested. since
I need
then.
you 3 to make wisdom saving throws.
Okay.
With
Who?
advantage or stealth?
Enid,
Oh no,
St.
these
John,
are
wisdom,
charming.
knowledge,
This is a
right?
charming effect.
Oh, 19.
13.
Or
That's a
did you
good
use it
roll,
on the
finally.
flesh golems?
Plus. Might have. I don't remember.
Yeah, because it did fire damage.
Okay,
Yeah,
you guys
I think I
each
did,
take
I did.
7 points of psychic damage.
Even if we saved.
Uh,
I got
Oh,
a
sorry.
26.
sorry. 3 points.
Okay.
3 points of psychic damage
Hypothetically,
as you
we did a
hear
long
this.
rest. Maybe we could all feel
Coming-
enough where it would turn
coming
into
into
an
your
evil
ears, just this
campaign.
constant wave of
We've done well in that.
terrible
We've done
stuff.
great.
All right.
Cool.
You hear, as it comes to you, you hear faint bits of information that you desire. You hear stuff about the Unsullied Queen. You hear stuff about the Guardians. You hear stuff about your mother. Each of those things, like it's just like it just sinks into your like whole being. And it's kind of just terrifies you a little bit. Callie, start of your turn, you kind of shake off the feeling of what it was. So
I'm going to. Sorry, I was hitting a skittle. I'm going to take out my. Oh, my saber's not like magical, so.
We don't know if that matters. I'm just using it because it
You have it
mattered
up.
before.
Can I try to shoot one arrow at it and just see if
You
anything
may.
happens?
Think-
24
24 hits.
or 22. Sorry.
Hits.
Cool. 10.
10.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it again.
Okay, you see that it hits it and it kind of like it goes through it,
Oh.
like catches a little bit of them, like, and then continues on. But you can see it's like it takes a little bit of
So you're
it.
taking
Okay,
you're doing
okay.
half. That's my guess.
I'm gonna shoot another
Okay.
one then.
Did mine feel like it was
18.
half? Slashing?
No.
18.
18 hits.
7.
7. Okay.
And then-
7 damage.
Yeah, 7 damage. And I'm gonna try to like stand behind this bookcase here.
So we can't
Okay.
see you.
Yeah.
Ash, she's our girl, man.
Where was I when I summoned my flaming sphere? Was it
Yeah, there.
there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can move it up to 30 feet. So
What is that?
It's a basin.
So can I put it over the basin?
You can
Try.
definitely try to roll it. Yeah. You could roll it in between the basin.
Okay, I just
Otherwise
want to
you
try to
can
get
do
it
the
further
What
away
if
from
it's between
Sinjin if
it's on me?
possible.
Just
Wait,
within 5 feet.
what's thing?
So
The
is he-
flaming sphere?
Yeah.
It can go over things like 10 feet high. So
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
So I'm gonna put it here and then push it.
okay. So dexterity saving throw.
Yep.
but I can barely taste the cinnamon. It's like a
10.
little aftertaste, but
fails.
nothing
Okay.
crazy.
So much damage. Not
Aww. Well,
8.
Yeah, put that so big now.
Okay, so
I
you
never
see the
used to do
fire
that
hit
big.
it, and it just doesn't seem like it's doing that much damage to it.
Okay.
I want you to know how unhealthy.
Sinjin, your turn.
They know
Yep.
people don't care.
Gonna go over- I don't know,
I
away
don't
from
think
that
it-
flaming
I
sphere.
think they know it's not going to change
And-
anything.
What does
I'm
it say?
If you're
whack
drinking
him.
Coke, you're not trying to be
It's
healthy.
just like made the calories big.
13 again.
13 just hits. As you go to hit it, make a wisdom saving throw.
Did
for me
notice
real
that.
quick.
9.
9. You go to hit it, and you
Just
just
spells.
that one grain of hope that it could reveal information to you kind of sits, and you're like, I could know more from it, and you pull the strike back before you hit it.
Can I try again still?
Yeah, you can make another attack.
That'll hit.
That'll hit.
Do I
Okay,
make a
make
save?
another wisdom saving throw.
11.
11. This time you're like, no, and you keep going through as you slice through it.
Defensive flourish.
Okay.
So for the damage, 7.
Okay.
Oh, and for additional 8, and my AC goes up by 8.
Nice.
Okay. So what was the total? 15.
Yeah,
Not sure if that's going to matter come this next turn.
probably not. But if
Yeah,
he were
AC doesn't
to
seem to matter
hit
right
me
now.
with his imaginary club, I'll be doing
I meant
Same
my
with-
turn. I don't
Maybe
know.
we should have brought like aluminum hats.
All right.
Yeah, that's
But
what.
yeah, I still have a bonus action.
He's this creature that
Yes,
has
yeah.
all this information is starting to look pretty rough, and that's scaring you a lot.
I'm still 50-50 right now, right?
No,
Use your
you're
bonus
leaning
action.
more towards 75, wanting to keep this creature alive. Roll me a d20. 18, 19, or 20.
Could
You
do
don't
that
attack.
once again?
You attack it.
Can I use my bonus action to inspire before his turn?
Nope.
Okay, so one of your allies, multiple of them, whatever you're wanting to do.
Inspiring.
But you want to keep this creature alive
I
right
have a
now.
D8 inspiration.
I would do what Fury would do. I'm
That's
going
not-
to-
Thunderstep down and leave the tower.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my bonus action to recover a 3rd level spell slot
Okay.
and then cast slow on all of you.
Okay. I need all of you to make saving throws for his slow.
What is it? The saving throw?
Natural 20.
I don't have that written down.
Back off, man.
I think it's a wisdom.
Wisdom or intelligence?
Wisdom.
Yes. Might not matter. 17.
That does save.
Okay.
16.
Yeah, it is 16.
Yeah, so you got one of them. They rolled really well. So yeah, so you
I mean,
you
that's
cast the spell and you kind of,
Okay, right in
especially
front of
you
them.
being closer, you can see him manipulate the world around you. You
What the heck?
kind of feel yourself slow.
Did I notice since I'm standing there?
You felt the effect try to ensnare you, but you can see him. You can see him.
you can probably see
cast
the
spell.
distortion of the
Yeah.
air,
I wouldn't
Enid,
have
your
seen
turn.
that.
but
I
I feel like we've
You-
seen you
You
cast
make
it
a
enough
save at
that
the end of
we
each one of your turns.
but
Oh, okay.
maybe I think you're doing enough.
yeah, I don't know if you would know that.
To turn undead.
Okay. So you clutch onto your holy symbol.
He just
and
turns
you,
around.
I want to just make him.
And he didn't
turn
turn
away.
into an undead character.
and you see that he.
She's not undead.
No.
You assume he is.
Oh,
You're assuming that whatever the effect of this divine presence that you
it's
have
keeping him
may
from.
not have an impact on him. Per
Okay.
se.
Well, that was my action, but that was a bonus action.
You feel the magic release, but you see like this. You see it wash
You didn't
over
get to
him, and he.
explore enough.
So he
Guess we should check out
resists
the
the,
basics.
whatever effect, based on the nature of what he is.
Is this
The
my
good news
bonus?
is you could probably
Or it
take
is relevant
That's bonus.
now.
So 20 feet.
No.
Okay. All right.
There might be a
Go make
body
an
up
attack.
the stairs, possibly.
the body of the person who.
Did you blow it up?
No,
18.
well, I think you
That
defeated him as well.
Had no effect.
That person's up there
Not
somewhere
undead?
too.
No, his
Dead, but managed
the
to
presence
defeat him in
is
some
just-
form.
More powerful.
You're a burned body.
He while he may be undead, it's
Let's
different.
just
The
happens
current
here?
state of what he is, and
11 points
11
of
points of
damage.
damage. Okay.
Does it seem like
He is. You see it kind of rip and tear at his flesh, and like he's barely hanging on to
I do.
any semblance of what's happening of
Less
himself.
damage.
Dang it.
Oh, does it sting? How
Didn't
much
get it.
did you do?
Because it's a strength based. My strength
For
is lower
it
than
was
my
yours.
dex.
my tubes?
Yeah. Okay.
I need
But
I didn't know.
you, and you to make another wisdom saving throw for me.
Just the regular one, not
Just regular, yeah.
natural 20.
Nice.
16.
Okay. Pretty low. So you take 4 points of damage, 2. And
Okay.
2. I rolled really low for
That's
damage.
good. It's really good. We needed that.
Yeah,
made
that's it.
very-
Haven't gotten the Howling Babble back yet.
That's good.
That's good.
That's the good one.
We don't want it back.
And then it will disappear into the ground.
I can the reactions on the am slowed.
Okay.
So it's gone.
It disappears into the ground.
Cool. The music hasn't stopped. Thank
Callie,
God.
your turn.
I'm gonna hold my arrow until I can see it again.
Okay.
As soon as I see it, I'm gonna shoot.
Okay.
So I'm kind of like,
Yeah.
doing this number.
Okay. Who's after Callie? Ash.
What is that circle on the ground supposed to do? What is that?
Do you want to go investigate it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you go start checking that out. Go and make an investigation check.
Good investigation, guys. What's a 7 get me?
Not that
7.
magic.
It's a
You
circle.
see the magical runes. You're not sure of what the magic is.
So we need Fury 4, but he's not on our side right now.
I'm gonna step away from it just in case. But guys, there's this weird
Singe in your
circle
turn.
thing. I don't know what it is.
Yep. I'm gonna move my 15 feet because I'm slowed.
Then you make the wisdom save again.
And then I'm going to use my action to dash. And that's my turn.
Okay, and
Make
your
the
saving
bonus
throw.
action?
Is this not? I don't know what's advantage and what's not.
You can. This is normal.
19.
Anything that's
19, so you're no longer slowed.
Whew.
Fury, your turn. You do not see the creature anymore.
Do I still roll again to see what? Or was that a one-time roll?
The creature is no longer in harm's way, but you know that they're trying to be enemies and they're attacking it. So what would Fury do in this situation? So he's no longer in threat. They're no longer attacking it.
I will drop the slow and go invisible.
Okay. All right. So Fury disappears. And if you're moving somewhere, just know where you are. You were right here in front of the bookcase.
Okay.
So just however that works for that. Enid.
You can put it on wherever you are though, because we can't see it.
I'll just leave me over here to the side for now.
Okay.
I want it to be a surprise.
I'm gonna move by Sin.
A very, very bad surprise.
And here.
Thanks.
Okay.
I was starting to bleed.
And then can I hold a bonus action?
No.
No? Okay. Ooh, nice. So 11.
11. Right. I am back up to what I was before we started.
Before you got in.
Oh, if it would have been a 6, that would have been awesome.
No.
You don't want that.
All right.
We don't need none of that.
He appears right here. Erupting from the ground. You unfortunately cannot see.
I
Because
think I'm
there's-
looking through the books, no?
With your arrow wading through
there's
the
No,
book.
I mean my
there's
eyes.
solid bookshelves.
Yeah.
You can't see
She
through
couldn't
them.
see
it's
it when he
like
went
a
through.
library.
Yeah. You unfortunately can't see, but I do need you to. It's going to.
You got a backup character points.
You take 21 points of damage. Or no, sorry, 21 to hit.
You're the character.
Yes.
I feel like we should just leave this room and just like go up the stairs and leave this ghost thing down here.
I think there's something upstairs.
Yeah, Dex, sure.
Yeah.
I don't know which is worse at this point.
We
Maybe
need to
it's the
heal.
body, maybe.
That's pretty low.
There's blood. There's
15
something.
points of
There.
psychic damage as even more of those thoughts enter into your head. And you should make a wisdom saving throw for me.
This
Yeah,
is
they
where
were
the battle
fighting
of Dex
him, though.
is.
I know.
Might be.
There's something
9.
linked
You
in this
are-
area.
Racked with pain and you're stunned
You think this is actually the fighting?
until the end of your next turn.
Cool, cool,
Part
cool,
of
cool,
it.
cool, cool.
Callie, it's your turn as
think
you
it's
hear Enid
Like a
screaming
shadow of
right on the other side.
It's like a Horcrux.
Uh-huh. We're fighting Horcrux.
So this is where I wish I could like do something, but I think I'm gonna. Can I? As I'm doing this, I want to be like throwing my bow behind me and pulling out my shield and my saber and like try to like squish in between here.
And I'm stunned.
Unfortunately, that's not a feature of yours.
I can't shove
That's
someone.
something he's being able to do as part of his
I'll
class.
take care of it.
It's interposing. You can go and attack the thing, but you can't interpose yourself between.
Then I'm gonna go
things.
here.
Okay.
There you go. Then you get advantage.
You don't have advantage because she's currently not a
Because
threat
she's
to it.
stunned.
She's stunned.
You do have your melee sigil thing, don't you?
The sigil?
Your mark.
I do. I will do that.
Okay.
Thank you. 19 plus 8.
That is.
It's only oh, it's an 8.
It'd be a great time if I just look at my sheet. It's like, oh yeah, I have this one-hit kill thing I've been saving. Hold on.
13
How
with
do
my
you wanna do
saber. I don't know. Just a slice.
You're killing
I feel like I'm gonna go like a slice, and then it's gonna be like almost like when you hit a mummy and all these like wrappings like come down. That's what I feel like it's gonna happen.
It's not like that.
Then why'd you ask?
You're
No,
wrong.
I'm asking how you take this creature out, but you're just
Nonchalantly.
Okay, so you. Boom. I need Enid, Callie, Sinjin, and where are you at? I need to know where you're at.
Is it just if we see it?
No,
I'm
it's a radius. So where are you at?
near her, like
Did I kill it?
about
wrong?
the same.
Oh,
Distance.
Then make another save. So you're like right over here.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, everybody makes a
Wisdom save?
All of us?
Constitution save.
Oh, that's better. 17.
17. Okay.
14.
Oh wait.
Ooh, Constitution
Disadvantage.
better than wisdom.
I me too. 9 plus 6.
Psh,
You're sure your wisdom's better
14.
than
The other was a
But my
natural
wisdom is
20.
plus 1.
I like my wisdom.
mine.
Yeah, I prefer wisdom.
So how's Fury doing mentally?
No, I don't like
I don't think any
Oh my gosh! Look at this.
Yes.
3 points on 3d10
Oh.
necrotic damage.
Or half
Teach
if we
you.
saved.
What did we need?
What's
Half if you save.
So one.
Well, it was a 15 to save.
Oh,
I
I
did
did not
Exactly.
save.
Or I rolled
Oh, I got a 14.
Oh.
What was everybody's HP?
52.
13.
I'm down to 34
What is it
now.
currently? I'm at 34
Yeah,
as
no.
well.
That would have been a if.
Well,
If you had
good thing I
not
didn't.
saved.
Yeah. No, not if you didn't save the damage. If the damage drops you to 0, you're dead.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that was so bad.
Like
That was close.
dead
You
just
want
gone.
to kill?
Create a new character.
No,
Or revivify.
Revivify
Yeah.
is the. But I'm just saying.
I didn't know if it was like the
No
midnight
chance
thing
of-
where
no.
it's like, oh, you're dead. Also, I sucked your soul out, so there's no chance.
I don't think they had
A
revivify.
lot of your
at the time, 'cause it
characters
was
die and
fourth-
have no hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Just like real life.
Is Fury still invisible? Is he still
Am I
crazy?
still?
Yeah, don't you have
All
to do
the
a
points go away.
concentrate? Oh,
On all of us?
Everybody, if you had any points,
Thank
they all go
God.
away.
I feel like you're about
As
to shank me.
you see this burst of, and you see it,
I bet there are multiple
and
of these.
it erupts out.
It's on the table.
And
Enid actually is the
We're
one
gonna take
that
a break? No, not yet.
I
what
was
time is it?
about to have an advantage to hit,
Why do you
Yeah.
take a break?
and then 1d4
Do you wanna take a break?
plus
We
46
don't have to
damage
have a
was
break.
coming
We don't
at
have to have a break.
you.
We just
Oh,
go.
do you guys want to take a break or keep going?
We just go
I think
bathroom.
we
Yeah.
did take
All
break.
right, we're gonna
5
take a 5-minute break and we'll be right back. So
See
see
you
you then. And we're back. Hello. And yeah. So let us continue.
Let us.
Die.
Hello. Alrighty. So you pop back into existence, holding a dagger.
I wouldn't be holding it because then the poison would be dripping off of it, and I wouldn't have drawn it quite yet.
Okay. Your hand's on your dagger.
Yes, definitely on it.
Pop back into existence right next to Enid.
Gave a lot of thought on how I was going to kill her. Actually, I'm not that close. I couldn't get that close yet.
Okay, you're there.
But I was going towards her.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you immediately pop back in, and you feel weight change from weight kind of pulled from you a little bit too.
I would then just take my hand off the dagger and.
What the heck was with the slow, man?
Yeah, why?
Wait,
why
he
did
did
that?
That always slows everything.
I thought he was
So
doing
how much
that on the
do
back.
I remember this?
You remember
I was slow.
the voice. There was a voice, and it just.
I would say there was a voice talking to me. Next thing I know, you guys had him. He was. I mean, you guys are but he. No.
No. I feel like you were in.
I don't know if you should read any more books. Everything bad happens when you read books.
Probably not here.
I'll read a book.
So do we think it's safe to rest
circle
here?
on the ground is? Because I'm very curious about it.
Yeah, maybe Mr. I'm proficient in Arcana. Can I look at it?
An Arcana check, yeah.
Oops. Nope. 7.
You're not really seen anything really like this.
Same as
before.
her.
Yeah.
This is a magic circle thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait,
They're
that's
trying
like
to
a
read
rune
look
or
at the
something?
runes.
You
Yeah.
see a circle of runes.
Oh, I'm.
Yeah.
So,
You're
I'm,
all
He's all
that.
about it.
well, I'm not just gonna do it just cause. It has to be. Well,
Oh man,
Oh my
none of us have a
gosh.
clue.
Oh my gosh.
9.
9.
Just out of curiosity.
Let's just step on it.
Yeah, that went well last time.
It probably leaves us out of here.
17.
17. You've heard of these. You've seen them in temples before. They are. This is a teleportation circle. It is an anchor. It is a permanent one. It looks. What you know about them
Yeah.
is that they are anchors. So if you were to teleport to this circle, this is where you would go. You would have this layout, the runes marked out a specific way, and
Here, let me-
you would be
So
here.
it's only a go
It's
away
an
one.
anchor. No,
It's a coming here one.
yeah, that's where if you teleport to the spire, this is where you would be.
But we can't use it to teleport out.
That's not what it's for.
Cool. I'm gonna look at this.
Capture
I'm
water
gonna look
basin
at the
thing.
table.
You go over and you do see it appears to
I'm
be
looking at these.
a basin of clear liquid.
I think
Dope.
Cool. I'm going to take my empty jar and fill it with the clear liquid.
Okay.
I'm not going to drink it yet, but I'm going to fill it.
I'm gonna
I
sit
look
down
at
and
you like-
maybe start a short rest as a reevaluate. Reevaluate.
In clear
How do you
liquid,
say
I think
that?
it's water.
Reevaluate?
Oh.
Yeah, that's a
It
weird
looks like
syllable.
water.
I'm looking at the barrels.
Reevaluate.
The barrels.
The barrels, go and make an
Reevaluate
investigation check.
my life.
Yes, I'll kind of look at this red one.
19.
19. You start looking at some of these barrels. You see dates that are 1,500 years old. And you can see a couple of the barrels appear to have small cracks on them. And you can see like a purplish liquid that is off to the side of them. That like you can kind of see there's probably 4 barrels that are completely sealed. There's 2 barrels and it looks like whatever liquid is inside of them you kind of get a fermented smell.
Sinjin.
Let me taste it.
Stop trying to taste
What is this?
I don't know. He's our taste tester.
it. That goes so.
Okay, well, I pointed
I
out to
think
Sinjin.
I'm
I
sitting
want
down
to not
resting.
taste it, but smell it.
It smells very fermented, of fermented grapes.
It's booze.
Wine.
I think so. It's probably like really high quality
How
wine.
aged it is. 1,500
They're
years.
too big to get in
I
a
think
bag
it's
of
a
holding.
bell
though.
curve. After a certain amount of time, I don't think it just keeps
It just
getting.
gets rancid.
Cool. You look at the red one.
Yeah,
Eventually,
I,
I
got a
think
14
doesn't it
Your red
become
one?
vinegar?
Yeah, I
You
think
look
so.
into it. You can see it's
That's probably
there's
really good.
this the circular base, and you can see
Let's
what
make Caesar
appears to
salad.
be golden flecks almost within. It reminds you of what would be a healing potion.
Anyone got a vial? An empty.
Well, Sinjin just
I
filled
just
his
filled it with this water.
Maybe water. We're not really sure.
Maybe you should dump that out.
Dump that
Are you
back
sure it's
out.
all the way clean and it's all out?
Do you want
Says
to?
Laura.
Best to dry it.
You want to
Callie would not
Remember
question
that
you.
I have
I'm
an
sorry.
immovable
Callie
rod.
would not question you.
Shake it out a little more, and then
I'd be in
I'll
awe
I could
of
just
how
put that under
great
my
you are.
feet and just
red
stood on the stairs.
stuff.
The gold.
Can I do an Arcana
Could've.
check on it to see if I
You
think
can.
it is a potion?
You may.
21.
I feel like it would have to be potion or it would have been all evaporated by now.
I don't know. I have
Wait,
herbal
what-
science. I don't know
What
if
is
they're vials
you
or
doing?
not.
What?
This one has a liquid in it that reminds us of healing potions, and I'm doing an Arcana check on it as I filled up my jar with it.
Are there like vials and such in an herbalism kit?
Maybe. Have you ever used
It
a
looks like
potion
a
in
healing
this
potion.
campaign?
Yeah.
Then you
You just say
probably
they're-
still have the
It
vial.
looks it's like
Just
it
tell the DM
smells
there are vials in your kit.
exactly.
I can
Potion.
dump out my
I
vial.
have
We
like
wouldn't-
40 vials in there.
I don't think we would just throw out the vials.
I probably would.
This
Okay.
might be a healing potion,
Well, maybe
so I
not.
got some in a jar. Should I-
Don't drink it.
How can we know for sure?
By drinking it.
we take it to someone who can magically identify it, which I can't do.
But I can't right now.
Can you spell identify?
Can you,
Oh.
like,
No.
Oh.
Detect magic.
Yeah.
It's not
It's
gonna
magic.
Should we?
Do you have any more vials
Is
then?
anybody else doing anything else?
I was looking at
I
whatever
don't
that
know.
is.
Okay. So you go start through sifting through some of the boxes and
I don't
stuff.
know.
Go
Can
and
I
make
put
an
it in a pouch?
investigation check.
Okay. We don't have any vials in our bag, do they? Or any?
I have a
Six.
vial of poison water.
6.
Yeah.
And
Going
which
through it, you
gray
Might
liquid.
need-
aren't really seeing much. There's bookshelves, there's tables, there's lots of different stuff. So if you guys want to, you can either each make one more investigation check, or you can have one person helmet and give that person advantage.
Like advantage for all of us
For all
helping.
of
But we have an
it's just-
advantage of 5 of us roll versus 2 dice.
Right.
5 dice versus 2.
5 is better.
yeah, five's
Right.
way better.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to, but we have to say what we're looking at.
No, this is we're gonna say this is for the whole room.
Okay.
Investigation?
Investigation.
Come on.
Okay.
something
Natural
better.
1.
You sound so happy.
I know, it's a good thing I wasn't the one rolling for us.
18.
19.
19. 16. Okay.
Don't worry, I got one. I
Better
got
than
one.
her.
So, as you guys
I found my
begin
feet.
pouring through
There they go.
various different
Just looking
things,
for those boots.
That roll, you lost them.
you
Wait, where are they?
you start looking around. As you guys start looking over here towards the top, one of you catches a faint glow up on top. That, like, as you kind of remove one of the books, kind of look at it for a second, you hear this, like, this faint, and you look up and you see a faint blue glow up on top of.
I will scale the bookcase.
Do you
Okay.
say it out loud?
Little
I'm
man.
scared.
Yeah,
You see this long, beautiful, ornate blue pole that appears to have like a lightning bolt shaped feature, like spear on both ends.
Nice design.
I am Zeus.
What is that?
I don't know, but it seems magical.
It's taller than you are.
You don't know what it is yet, but you're holding on to that.
Is
It's
this
a
a
rod of
strength or a
Sparkies.
dex-based weapon?
Strength.
Well, I don't really use this javelin as it's taller than me.
I might use
Do you
if it's
people
a
want to use a
strength-based
javelin?
weapon.
Not really my style.
Unless you use strength-based weapon. Use like magic stuff. If you don't use it, it would probably be me.
I'm pretty sure it's strength based. I think it's
Isn't when
a
you-
thrown weapon.
Thought for like
Strap it to my back.
some thrown things, I thought it was dexterity.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know.
Either way, your dex and your strength are higher than mine, so
You
all of your stats.
begin looking through one of the other bookshelves. And,
Yeah, I
I like it
kinda
that your
slide a
charisma's
couple
actually
books over and you
minus
see
1.
a case.
So even when you're trying to like
it's
make
about
friends,
this long,
you
and it's
actually shouldn't be that good at it.
I'm really
beautiful
not.
wooden inlaid case, kind of a dark walnut.
Well, granted,
and you can see
you can
beautiful
be as nice as you
inscribed
want it. Isn't it really
writing
hell?
throughout the entirety of it. You do see a clasp, and it appears to be locked.
Can I try to unlock it?
Do you have the skills necessary to unlock it?
No.
How are you wishing to unlock it then?
Hey, anybody good at opening boxes with locks?
Trim-wise.
I mean, I can beat it on the ground.
Oh, but I don't
I
know
got
what
my
is
woodworker's
inside.
kit.
That might work. You can just take the
Take the
hinges
hinges
off.
off, yeah.
Best I
Yeah.
could do is try to melt it.
Okay. You look at it, it does not appear to be any hinges on the exterior.
Can
What
I
if
pick
we
it?
just
Check it for magical traps.
Guys, there is a spell called Knock.
Yeah, we
I don't
Yeah,
know
we
that.
have it.
I think it's not,
We
I
gotta
think
put it
that's
in
like
the-
a wizard
We can put it in
only
the bag for now.
spell.
Can't get into it.
That's true.
We'll take it to someone who can get into this safely.
Daddy,
So
my
just
bag
so
of
Wait.
weirdness.
So we don't.
What is this thing?
split
Just a
ourselves.
A fancy wooden box.
wait. Can we not
Can we
just break
hear
the
in it?
box?
Can you
Sure.
listen to
I
it?
didn't know if there's a magical block or something that's going to kill us.
Ina, did you listen to the box? Did it make a sound?
I mean, is anybody capable of
I'm gonna
attempting to
listen
pick
Like
a
a
lock?
heartbeat?
Can you do create
No,
fire
listen
and
to the
just light
box.
it on fire?
I
There's
don't
a
want
box
to light it
on
on
the
fire.
Is it
No,
a
it's in it.
heartbeat?
I just want to make
So you
sure.
have the box.
Okay.
What does it give to you?
Oh,
That
But you do not get to open it yet.
You just get to look at it.
One locked.
You have one locked box.
fancy bag.
Do you guys want to rest in this room like a super rest?
Yes.
And take
Yes.
watches and then before we head upstairs and
I would love to.
So there's let's see, did I say what you found yet? No. Okay. So you start looking through what did you roll? 10. What did you roll?
Natural one.
Natural 1.
18.
18. You haven't found anything yet either. No, because you found the javelin. Okay. You go over to a table, one of the tables, and you can see what appears to be this vial, and you can see the top of it has a beautiful stopper, and it is completely sealed up, like almost like a wax seal is put over top of it, and you can see that there's a liquid inside. It's clear, but you can see that there is a liquid inside.
Could be useful. I'll just.
There's you do see that the table is covered with a bunch of notes as well.
Can I read any of the notes?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a
Yeah.
second. Was it CC?
I think it was CC.
Yeah, I just see a shadow, but it must be CC.
And then you go over, kind of shifting through several different things. You end up going to the side of one of the bookshelves, and you kind of look at it, and it's weird. Like your eyes are distorted for a second, and you kind of look at it again, kind of shift, looking around, and you can see that there's a little bit of an illusion over this small section of the bookshelf. But it looks like the bookshelf, but you can see a little bit of distortion.
Don't let me forget it.
I reach in.
Okay, you reach in, and you feel like a steel of some sort. You can feel like a metal.
Can I grab it?
Yeah. So you grab hold of it.
Yeah.
And you have to lift it up, and you pull it out, and you're holding a beautiful short sword that has a light green handle with golden inlay throughout the entire length of it.
Just a really pretty short sword?
Yeah.
Short.
Oh, yo, short.
Every time without fail.
Short.
It's so hard to say. Just right. I'm just Sean Connery.
You guys want to go to the roof or rest in here before we go up there? And
I'm reading.
I think we should probably try to rest.
Yeah, I'm pretty.
I'm still looking through the notes.
We still have the throne room and the spire roof.
Do you want to take a watch with Ash?
No. Can I
Okay.
take a watch with you?
yeah,
I'll take a watch with Ash.
me as Lewis enjoys your conversations, but I don't think as characters you guys enjoy.
But
Callie would
Okay.
want to.
So
Pick someone else's
you
thing.
start pouring over some of the notes. You can see that they're written in a various amount of different languages and stuff. You can see that looking at some of the papers. What languages do you read?
Common, Elvish, Dwarvish, Gnomish, and then the elemental ones.
Okay, this one is written in Elvish, and you see a paper, and you see scrawled kind of in the notes where it was right next to where the vial is. It just says need to always keep with you close. In combination with the other, it's the only thing that will allow it to be free.
Always keep close. In combination
With the other.
with other. Something about be free.
Only thing that will allow it to be free. Okay. Yeah. You during this time. We'll say that during your watches and stuff, if you're wanting to look for books and stuff, I can allow that too. So we'll get to that. So who's taking first watch? Because you guys are kind of resting in Daxter's Spire.
I'll take third.
We'll take first.
Okay.
So you guys, I'm assuming you're not sleeping. It's more of just kind of like
Yeah,
resting.
that wall.
Like you guys are just kind of like
Exhausted.
You're, like if you're sleeping, you're napping, whatever it is.
I am
just kind of-
so like physically exhausted. I feel after all this that I would probably just start snoring. I'm out.
Okay.
Do you think I should run upstairs and check real quick while they're resting?
You're gonna check the throne room?
Just see what's going on.
I mean, if you think that's a good idea.
Probably not. But it'd be exciting.
Well, I mean, you're the leader of the group, so
Yeah.
if you think that makes sense.
No, you guys should not
Just
have
kind of
watches
look
together.
over towards Enid's direction, be like, no, I'll wait. Let's read some of these books and see if anything tells us how to stop this undead plague on the land.
That's a good idea.
I'll look for I don't know what I'm looking for. Some random
is
books.
there like desks and all sorts of stuff?
There's
there?
lots of notes. There's
I don't want to look
hundreds
through
of
his
books.
personal stuff. Oh.
There's tons of stuff. Go ahead and make an investigation check. What are you specifically looking for? There's a ton of books.
I guess something related to these. This heart ritual and how to stop the whole heart situation we've been coming across. All that kind of
Make
stuff.
an investigation check.
I'd be looking for something similar.
15.
That's okay.
Okay, go and make another investigation.
7.
15. As you're going through, you can see that there's. Oh, just poked myself in the eye.
Good.
There's probably like 15 or so books that appear to be written in the same language, the Abyssal language. You're not sure what they mean, but you're not able to read them. But that's the only thing that you can see that has any resemblance in script or whatever. You don't see anything that mentions. You do see books on necromancy and that are not written in Abyssal, but you find about 15 books or so that are.
Necromancy.
Put those into a pot.
Like, you know,
Okay.
sometimes
Right.
the middle syllable sounds weird when things.
I would say that's probably the extent of what you guys can do during your watch.
Necromancy.
During your watch, it doesn't appear to be anything else.
I actually
that,
studied
goes on.
necromancy.
You guys do anything else?
I guess our whole time would probably be spent doing that.
I'm a
So I'll just let them know
necromorpher.
when we, I guess, rouse them from resting. Be like, I know you guys probably can't read it either, but these are written in that abysmal language. Abysmal, whatever.
It's abysmal.
I don't know if they're related to this whole heart thing or not, but
Do we take them with us?
Yeah, why don't we just take them?
possibly.
Okay.
There's like 15 of them, so just throw all 15 in your bag, I guess.
Just open
Then
the
I
bag
will
of
rest.
holding and empty this whole library.
We could just
It's
steal
a bag of
everything.
library.
Doesn't it have a weight limit or no? It doesn't.
Does it?
There's a limit.
That's a little bit.
Okay.
Are we there
I
yet?
mean, you could take a lot in it, but
There yet.
All right. So who's next?
We.
Okay.
So people aren't sleeping. They're
no, but you
resting.
can't investigate or do anything.
I really
when you're resting.
feel like I am.
Ash, make a perception check.
Okay. 18.
18. The books that they're showing you, you understand what the language is.
Of course. You're a demon.
I think I pointed them out before I rest.
Oh, so wait. So are they in the bag now, or did we not put them in the bag?
She's
No, I
awake
showed
with
you the
you,
file.
so she's got the bag.
Hey, can I see one of those books again, real quick, please? Thank you.
It's the first time you've looked at this language since
bad
you
with sound.
observed it in the cloak, but for some reason you're able to read and understand it now.
What
Terrifying
language is
excites
this
me.
in?
I think it's what did Tipples call it? Abyssal?
No, it doesn't make sense because I can read this. It must be something else.
Well, maybe it looks
I think
similar to the.
So go and mark that on your sheet now.
Okay.
I can't.
I can read abysmal.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
What's the book about? Since
So
I'm
yeah,
looking
what's
at
the
it?
what's
Making
the
my
about?
mouth hurt watching
You
this.
see notes
Oh,
taken
my
down.
tongue's burning.
You see what appears to be a lot of it is handwritten notes, and as you're kind of pouring through the book a little bit, you can see where it begins talking about different creatures and necessary requirements needed to extend his own life, looking for ways to imbue objects with power, to act as anchors in some fashion or another. You find information about the construction a little bit of the tower as you kind of pour through it. You kind of just look at some headings. You see some drawings and designs. Eventually, you get to one book that appears to be. It has a room drawn out, and you can see that it has 5 spots, and written in in each of those spots is you see dragon, giant, elemental, you see Demon and Celestial.
And can I tell if the room is here?
Based on the shape, it's circular.
Cool.
I'm gonna.
On the next page, you see a giant emerald.
So like the one on the...
And written in various notes to the side is a conduit of sorts. Meant to, and you see, as you kind of pour back and forth between these two pages, you see these tubes or channels of networking things that go to this emerald from each of those pieces that said dragon, giant, elemental, demon, celestial.
So what you...
I have no
You're
idea.
just furiously reading over there.
Yeah. Okay, so like, you see this picture right here?
Okay, yeah.
Of the 5 things?
Yeah.
Hang on, let me finish taking my notes. I forgot what I was writing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Conduit.
Okay, so it says that there's like this dragon and a giant and an elemental and a demon and a celestial.
All wonderful things.
I think they're here. Look, it's
Oh.
a circle. And then like, it has this page here. It has the emerald, like on the
Oh, like
thing.
outside, yeah.
And it says it's getting something like power from those things.
So you think if we destroy those things?
Well, they might not be bad. I mean, they might not have agreed to be in the room. Maybe we just need to let them out or something.
Maybe. You want to let out the
I mean, I've
dragon?
always wanted to meet the dragon.
Well, I guess we need...
Whatever you do.
We could.
It doesn't say anything about where this room might be in the tower?
Nope. Just here.
Hmm.
It might not be here. It could be another circular room, but I mean, there's a lot of circular stuff here, so.
Well, I'm glad you can understand whatever this language is. It's super helpful.
It must be some weird variant I've read before.
Maybe it's on the roof.
Maybe. Yeah, it has to be close, you'd think, if it's going to be taking something from
If you
it.
said it's like feeding the emerald.
Or it could be another giant emerald somewhere that is unrelated.
Sure.
The second tower.
So is there anything else you guys wanted to do during this? I would say that while you're doing all that, figuring that out, that's probably the majority of your
Yeah, for sure.
of your
I'm
stuff.
just like
So,
listening to her translate. And...
all right. So you guys finish your rest. Fury, you kind of come to.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, all poison is gone now. I think that was the last of the.
It's the next day. It lasts for 4 days, not 4 long rests. So it'll go away tomorrow.
We haven't been awake that long.
So close.
You're almost there.
Well, you'll have to keep reminding me. I already
That's fine.
erased things.
Okay.
I'll put the HP back.
Okay.
But I'll forget the disadvantage on Constitution.
Okay.
All right. I would be looking for books about some clue as to what magic could have possibly be used on that map that no one could identify.
Okay.
13.
13. Looking around, you start trying to find specific things about ancient magics, and written you do see some notes, but what you understand is that limits were placed on magic a long time ago, even before Daxor's time, by the goddess of magic, the Arcanum. This god before limits were placed, mages were able to be more powerful and utilize magic well beyond the means of other, well outside their means at times, and this would lead to the destruction. And so there are creatures that still to this day try to utilize that magic. They try to practice it, and it usually ends up in destroying them. And Daxur was trying to use magic in a way that could extend his life so he could access this darker magic, or these, not necessarily darker, but more ancient magic of higher powers, of greater influence, of greater things. So that's many times that's why wizards of certain inclinations choose lichdom, because they can continue their pursuits of knowledge. So you find that, but as you're kind of looking through, there's one book that stands out to you, and it's written in the primordial languages. And it's the only one that you see that is written of any form of that. And just on the binding, it just says the Titan's chosen.
I would definitely gonna start looking through it.
Okay. What you see in this is it starts describing the creation of the material plane. There were 4 great titans of the elements: fire, water, earth, and air, that essentially were brought into a state of hibernation by the gods that took over the realms. And eventually, over time, these titans, these elemental forms, became what is known as the elemental planes of existence. So over time, cities began to develop. Creatures emerged from the influence of these giants that were no longer moving. And in the midst of all the chaos surrounding all of them, in the middle of all the chaos, the material plane was born from that. Was born from the chaos, the interaction of the earth, the fire, the water, the air. That's about as far as you get currently. But it begins speaking of that.
Fascinating.
We get our rest?
You guys get a full rest.
Haven't been full.
Just gonna check.
Uh-oh.
So did any of you guys find anything on your
Yeah, Ash
watches?
did a lot of reading. She apparently can read this, whatever language this is.
Yeah, I don't know what it
The
is.
ones I gave you in Abyssal?
Is that what that was?
Yeah, it
That's
has to
what
be
we were
something
told
else
by
because I can't read
Tibbles.
that.
Maybe it just is similar to
Yeah.
this.
It must be just
I've heard
a
of
similar
consent.
language.
Mine just ran out of.
Looks pretty close, but all right. I'm glad you can read it. What did you learn?
Can I just relay everything?
Yeah.
I really quick I don't remember when we knew about the Abyssal language at the beginning.
You
I'm
were
not
trained.
here.
It was trained.
So I wouldn't know to ask.
So, you think these 5 things are up top and powering this,
I think
Jim?
so.
and we go kill them or release them based on how we feel after we see them?
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to try to release them first because I don't think
much
they
about
won't.
dragons other than they're terrifying.
Well, they can't all be bad.
I think they're all
I
bad.
think we look at the color, and if they're chromatic, I think we don't release them.
And we kill them.
Well, if we don't, release, they're probably dead anyways. Actually, I mean, they've been in here a long time.
I don't think giants live that long, so...
Don't you have comics about a possibly good chromatic dragon? The one we saved?
Then killed.
Yep. He wasn't going to kill us. We were the bad
Well,
ones.
If stuff's alive in there, maybe we could try to let it out before we kill it, because I think it didn't go in there on its own.
Sure, let's go investigate the roof.
Okay.
We had to
Don't
throw
worry.
them first.
I'll lead the way.
Maybe you shouldn't.
Oh, does someone else want to
Maybe-
go?
I will.
Okay.
You don't have your 20 anymore.
So you guys make your way to the next set of stairs. You guys begin to slowly, kind of creepily make your way up. I don't know why I say creepily. Carefully make your way up.
I'll creepily do it.
Well, I'm not doing anything.
You
That sounds very snakes.
you get up to the top and you can see that it opens up into this beautiful, beautiful large room that appears to be open to the entirety of the Valley of Walking Shadow.
I never knew till right now that I'm scared of heights.
This is the throne room?
This is the throne room.
It's very
So you guys get up to the top and you can see that at the very center, you can see what appears to be this onyx black throne
Should we check for traps?
that appears to be sitting atop of a pedestal. And you can just see that it's appears to be facing out over the Valley of Walking Shadow. I mean, you can look out and you can see the first time you've seen light in a day.
But it's not the roof. There's
No,
still a ceiling.
No, there's still a ceiling above you. First thing that you notice is, as you begin looking around, you just see what appears to be. As you walked up the stairs, you could see the black-red spot that continued up, and you can see that as you follow that trail, you can see a skeletal form that is laying kind of on the ground. What sticks out to you is that you see the arm extended like this, and you see a beautiful thin rapier that is extended out in a particular direction. You see that it's pointing out towards the middle of the room of the throne, and from there you just see, like, whatever it is a spattering of the like similar black liquid that leads up to the skeletal figure. And then there's a little bit of a space, and then from there you just see this apparent spattering of whatever similar liquid of blood that is long
This is where they
dried.
This is where Lauren defeated him. Partly.
Physically defeated him?
Yeah. I'm assuming that's who this is.
Yeah.
Do you think we should take the sword?
It's a really nice looking sword, isn't it?
Is that rude?
You can ask him.
Fine.
Maybe he'll pop up like the other one. They didn't seem to mind downstairs.
That's true. Can I see if the sword is stuck or if it's removable?
So you walk over, and put your hand on the sword. It doesn't move from the ground. It is.
I think this is like whatever they did magically to make this defeat happen.
You hear in your head, "Who the hell gave you permission to touch this sword?"
Anyone else hearing those crazy voices again, or is it just
I'm
me?
talking to you, you nimwit.
What?
What the hell are you doing touching the sword?
I just wanted to see if it was. Do I see
Who are
anybody?
you talking
No.
to? Is he talking out loud?
I think
Yep.
St. John's lost his mind.
St. John, who are you talking to?
There's that voice, you know,
Hey,
earlier.
focus on me. Talk to me.
Oh,
No
Sorry.
one hears that.
Lauren De Travano, I assume?
Oh, yes, it is me.
Oh, you're quite famous.
Who the hell are you?
Sinjin Psychowitz, hero of heroes, giant slayer, savior of hobgoblins, guardian of the Death Watchers. Also slayed a few hellhounds, and recently we defeated what was left of Daxur down below.
Oh, I assume that is why the presence seems to have left. I have been stuck up here with that asshole for 800 years. Did you know that?
I had a feeling it had been a while.
Dear goodness.
Love that you guys only hear me.
That's why I figured you'd be going
We're all just like.
I'm not sure if I
listening
should
to
be
a one-way
slapping him and be like, "Don't listen to
Do we
the
like do
voice."
something, or do we let them keep talking to
Let's
the dead
let him
guy?
keep talking.
We met your friend downstairs, Rota.
It
Talking
seems
to Lauren.
Rota?
different than
What the hell was he
the
still
other
doing here?
times.
Well, he was more in ghost form, but he gave us some tips and
I bet his deity who decided to, make him stay for some reason, one or another.
Yeah, he was helpful.
Oh. Well,
Do you know how to... I mean, first of all, you're awesome, and this is super cool. I mean, most people aren't as cool as me, but you're as cool as me, and that's saying something. Also, do you know how to disable this gem up there?
that is why we were coming here, was to stop him. Whatever thing he was trying to do was even beyond lichdom. It was... He did not want to live on in undeath. He wanted to live on in life. Without seeking undeath. And he achieved it.
Those were your notes. Just
He did achieve it, and we knew that. And so we knew that going into this situation that we had to either stop whatever it is, but we got to him. Unfortunately, Melody took the first strike. Rota fell after that. Archer was with me. Is Archer still around?
Until recently, actually, he gave us the map that led us here and got us through the traps, but
He was documenting it. He was making sure that whatever it was, but I told him to flee before whatever it was going to happen, and so he teleported out to live on and tell the story. I'm assuming he didn't want to come back to see what was going on here, and he may not have had the strength or the will to do it. But, no, we do not know what lies ahead or beyond, but all I know is that Daxur never got to live on as what he wanted. Yes, he lived on, but, he was but a mere shadow of what he could have been. Well, no, I did it.
Absolutely.
All I did is I wished that he would gain all the knowledge that he ever desired.
Really?
That's
And
it. That's it.
that put him in that state.
Why do you think?
I don't know. What does a 16 tell me
16.
for intelligence?
You know that what you're piecing together is that this was a very powerful individual. If he's saying he wished for something, that's magic that is lore for bards. That is something that, oh my god, wow.
The highest achievement.
The highest achievement of anything. And he simply just says, well, he sought infinite knowledge, but his body was only could do what it could hold and maintain. He sought infinite knowledge, so I wished for him to have it. Well, a mortal cannot sustain that. There's a reason we're not the gods. There's a reason that we do not have the abilities of other creatures. And that kind of knowledge and information and that power ripped him apart. His body could not contain the amount of knowledge he had. And so sadly he... well, not sadly, based on the people of Craggandoon. He deserved it. For 800 years he wandered these halls, just constantly wailing in agony. Too much information, he would say at times. Too much knowledge. Stop. Please. Constantly wailing for it to stop. Knowledge is a beautiful thing, but knowing everything is a great curse. So that is what happened to him. So you are Sinjin Psychowitz.
That's correct. Yes.
Why are you touching my sword?
Well, I thought...
I just got what I did.
I just didn't know that the kind Dragonborn gave us some gifts and said they didn't mind if we rifled through what was left, so I thought your sword was cool. But I apologize. That wasn't cool.
Make a persuasion check.
Sinjin's being humble.
Natural one.
Oh my.
Natural one. I've rolled 5 of those tonight.
That's a lot.
Well, sadly, it's just, unfortunate that... Now, tell me, did you make it past the traps?
With some effort. Not well, but we made it up here.
Yes. Archer and Morgan mainly were the ones that figured out that information for us. Not Morgan. No,
I was
sorry,
like,
Melody.
wait.
I was like, Morgan.
So during this, I would want to go up and touch the sword too to see if I can figure out what the heck's going on with Sinjin.
You touch the sword? Wait, what the hell are you doing touching the sword?
Is this who you're talking
They don't
to?
like it when you touch the sword.
Wait, you can hear something now
Should we
too?
all touch the
I'm gonna go
sword?
touch it.
Oh my god. All of you are touching my sword.
mean,
what
I-
the hell are you
I thought
doing?
he was
I
going
apologize.
crazy.
I'm their leader. They
What
look
the hell
after
is
me,
going
and
on?
they
I
all
didn't
want to
touch
do what
the
I
sword
do.
for the record.
I
These are-
simply wish to know what he was doing.
These are my disciples. They
They're not his
mimic me a lot.
disciples.
It
He
happens.
made all the traps go off on the stairs.
Not all of them.
All of them.
So you're the leader.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
And who are you?
One of the disciples, I guess.
And who might you
Ashlyn, not the disciple.
be? Who are you?
She's a disciple.
No, I'm
Enid.
not.
There seems there appears to be some dissent in this. So you guys are all just sitting there. The skeletal figure's like... and you guys are all just touching the sword. Callie's just like, you're watching all of them having this
And
conversation.
we're arguing over whether we're
And that's Callie over there. She's new to the group.
We've led her on a really wonderful week long.
well, hell, tell her, come on over here. Let's make it a party.
Hey, come over and touch the sword. They're cool with it now. Just do it. Everyone's doing it. It's fun.
Okay.
If you ever had a wish to talk to someone with powers beyond your understanding, now's the time.
That's up to
Well, who the hell are you?
Callie.
Alright.
That's it.
Yeah.
We plan to go to the roof and hopefully end this for good, but I guess
Yeah, there might be like a dragon up there or something. Said that I read in the book.
We didn't get an opportunity to read any
Oh.
books or to discover anything other than fighting Daxor. So that is where we left off, and that's where we died. And
We're here to pick up where you left off.
make persuasion check.
yes.
Oh, is she lying?
No,
No.
That's what we were doing.
no,
Yeah.
for
That's why you're making
persuasion, not
persuasion.
deception.
Oh.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Plus your charisma,
I was trying to see if I can
or
remember
whatever
off the
your
top of my head.
persuasion is.
Yeah. Plus your persuasion.
+3. So what is that? I can't see what this is. Oh, yeah, 22.
Oh,
Me too.
Yeah.
Okay. Well. This is interesting.
What is?
Well, you are far, far considerably less powerful than I was, but you seem to have managed to make it up here regardless. Obviously, Daxor wasn't fighting you, and you obviously used the map, but
I say, you did a
Archer.
lot of the work for us.
I appreciate that.
Archer did
I will
help
say,
a
you
lot.
at least are all very flattering. That makes me very pleased, and that you at least understand power when you see it. I'm assuming you're looking and chuckling at my bones right now as I'm laying on the ground.
It is a little funny. We're all touching your sword. I'm just saying.
I'm more of looking at the effect of your spell.
Oh yes, I did see that before I died. That was gross. That was just his body tearing apart into a million
But
pieces.
if you killed him, how did you die?
Oh, he'd wounded me. He had wounded me and glued my body to the ground. And the sword. Oh, by the way, if you end up seeing a vial in the other library room, that would probably be able to release my remains and this sword.
You mean this?
I cannot see. But I let you know. So I'm assuming that you're holding a vial of some sort.
Yes.
I am. Clear liquid, fancy stopper.
Yes, yes. He grabbed the other one for me, chucked it at me, and while we fought, it slowly began to harden.
Do I just pour it?
Well, I have a request. Please return my body and my bones to Ventok at some point.
I will do my best to oblige.
Are the great drab metallic dragons still assisting and protecting the borders?
Do we know that?
Yeah. You know the three metallic dragons.
Yes, they are.
If you could talk to the silver one, I was good friends with him at one point. Especially when he was wandering.
I would write this down, but I ran out of lead.
That's where my pencil went. Nick took it. Couldn't find it, so I got myself a different one. So, and I mean this in the nicest way possible and with no disrespect. We have a bag of holding. Can we transport your body in it? Or...
Yeah, of course.
Okay, cool.
My bones aren't doing anything right now.
Cool.
And by the way, whenever you take the sword, my spirit will go away. So I will no longer talk to you anymore at that point. But
Should
It's
we
been an honor
put the
meeting.
bones
I
in a
made this-
bag so they don't fall apart in the bigger bag?
it's fine as long as you just take release me back
I know
in
that
some
all the
fashion.
bones in there are for...
Oh, they stay together. Okay.
Well, all of them are going to belong to...
So tell me,
So when we
who
ask
are
for
each
it,
of
they
you?
would
What is your professions? What do you do?
Oh, I don't have a job.
I'm Fury. What? Some form of magic?
Fantastic. So you're not a wizard.
I've never had much.
You don't have any pacts with anything. So you must
None
be a sorcerer of some sort. Where magic is just kind of in you. Is that correct?
The conclusion I'm coming to,
Yeah,
yes.
That makes sense. Well, because wizards are learned. And warlocks make deals with devils.
I
But-
tried to learn.
You? Who are you?
Um,
It's obviously not looking at you, but you can kind of feel it, like more presence coming towards you.
I just like turn into animals sometimes, and I talk to bears, and I'm from the Feywild. So that's about it.
Feywild. I knew a satyr there once.
You did?
I did.
What was the satyr's name?
Oh,
Please.
Please, I can't.
Did it start with an N?
an N.
M.
M. Yes.
Was it?
Madrurua?
I know that satyr too.
Yeah. Yes.
Hey, is he a nice satyr?
Madrurua?
Yeah.
Yes, him and Silic Extorian are always playing games with... Silic Extorian are always playing games back and
Write
forth.
that down.
What
It's a
is
cosmic
that?
game, it's anyways... But yes,
Silic?
it's Silic Extorian. The Archfays.
Are you speaking?
Madrurua is an Archfey. He's not really...
I love making up the
Not really
spellings
a
for these
satyr.
things.
You know, I'm learning a lot this week, and I'm not really enjoying it.
Well, they always play jokes on each other, those two.
Oh, well, that's great.
So, but he
That's
likes to
great.
turn into a satyr sometimes.
with
to be
the
goofy.
So if he were to make a deal with somebody, why would he do that?
Deal? Well, I mean, what do you
Just
mean?
for
What's the deal?
funsies? I'm supposed to help find something for him?
Oh, I bet this is panpipe, isn't it?
Yes. Does he do this?
No! that is his counterpart, Silic, that decided to play a trick on him. He true polymorphed him into a creature. He stuck him in the satyr form. Marjarua, correct?
Mm-hmm.
His real name is Aura Dram.
Is what now?
Aura Dram.
Marjoram.
Marjoram.
Aura Dram.
Okay.
Marjoram.
That is his archfey name.
Lots of arrows in these notes.
Archfey.
Okay.
I'm so confused by
Yes,
this
he
conversation.
likes to make pacts with lesser, just like Silic does. They make pacts with creatures.
Next I do.
So, he's probably trying to get it back so he can use the magic in it to get himself back into his normal form. I'm assuming he's been stuck like this for some time if he's asking for help. But time in the Feywild is different than other places, you know.
Your whole quest is a prank.
Some big joke.
Oh. Okay.
The queen is just somewhere in the middle of it.
What's happening?
She's been pranked too.
I'm sorry that you got stuck in the middle of it. I wish you the best of luck, though.
Oh, it's fine.
Who are you?
My name is Enid Horstoggle.
Hmm.
Claire. Yeah. Have you heard of the Guardians?
Yes.
So what?
There's everything.
Who are they?
The Guardians
around for
is a
800
group
years.
that has for many years fought the powers of the undead, the servants of the Veiled One. But they are her agents to root out the undead necromantic energies. We worked in association with them in some regards to fighting off this place.
My family died when I was younger, but I'm starting to learn that I think they were guardians.
Oh, how
So-
noble.
I think I am one.
No, that is fantastic.
Is it?
Yes,
Yeah?
it's a good thing. It's
Yeah,
a
okay.
glorious thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just don't know much about it, but I'm learning.
No, learn more.
Okay.
Who are
Thank
you?
Callie.
Callie.
Just learn more.
Mm-mm. I'm from Himjor.
Himjor. Now that's a place.
It is a place.
That is quite the place. The great armies of Kromstad were there.
Mm-hmm.
Are the countries still at war?
Mm-mm.
No? That's good.
Right? No.
Not currently.
Yeah.
Hang
For
on.
many years, Ventok was almost destroyed one time. The dragons protected us, but they would not intervene in the war.
Mm-hmm.
Nokvad, still fighting the giants up north, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yondur.
Trin would know that. I don't
Yeah.
know if Cal would know that.
That's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yonder, yeah.
Yondur, the seafaring folk. And you? What do you do? Well, you didn't really tell me what you do. You said from Himdra. What do you do?
Traveling hero.
No, I think we're back
She
to.
went back.
I'm back to the old. Sorry, I was rude and skipped out on what it was that she was and who she is and.
I train with my horse.
Train with your horse and you fight and. Oh, are you pursuing the Golden Stables?
Mm-hmm. I am.
I see. That is very noble of you as well. You are a noble bunch.
No one
We're the
said that
finest
about
in
them.
DOS.
Thought about us.
Never
I feel
heard.
like they say
Never
ruder
heard that
things
one
now.
I
before.
am
But they kick us
picking
out.
up
Yeah.
quite a bit of hubris coming from this direction.
It transcends
Who's trying
time.
to look at you?
I think he's talking about you.
He's definitely talking about you.
You're welcome.
Oh, you remind me of myself. Tell me, what is your profession?
Well, mostly traveling hero and keeping these people in line, but I've been known to entertain with a song or sword trick in my day.
A hero after my own heart.
Yes, you are actually one of my idols, and there's legends and poems written about you.
There's a poem.
There is.
Will you tell it to me?
Sure, and then I will say the entire.
Read me the
Oh
poem.
gosh,
Oh my god.
it's so long.
I know.
There's a poem
Oh yeah, we read it. These read it to us before.
to us or to you.
Wait, Lewis, wait. I'm gonna record it.
The
I'm
poem.
not singing it because I don't know what song
Yeah.
it is, but their name was Lauren de Trevano, a name that every
Taverno. De
bard.
Taverno.
That's what I said.
No, it
Tav-
wasn't. It's
A name
Lord
that
de
every
Taverno.
bard will know. Their prowess with blade and magic alike made fearsome foes tremble in fright. When all were betrayed by Mage Daxior, they ascended the tower in a violent blur. At the top of the tower, the battle began to keep the wizard just a man, for lichdom he sought at any cost, and this was why all the lives were lost. Daxior began to perform dark rites as Lauren engaged in their fiercest of fights. Flashes of silver, magic, and fire could be seen through the windows of the evil spire. The few who lived in the rubble below recorded the story so all would know. A wound from which would surely kill, Lauren suffered, but fought on still.
That did hurt quite a bit, let me tell
In
you.
their last breaths they muttered a spell that revealed a secret only the dead can tell. For Lauren had wished for Daxior to know, and through this made their final blow. Daxior received a secret of life, but this knowledge is sharper than any knife. His body was torn and ripped apart. His soul was bound and could never part. So while he lives on eternally, a lich is something he will never be. Lauren died with a smile on their face as they watched Daxior stuck in that place. Blade in hand, there forever to lay, a hero became they that day.
That It's glorious. I bet Archibald wrote that.
I don't know who did,
I
but
bet he did.
it's fantastic, and I strive to
That is
be
a great poem. So my name lives on. My story lives on. How did he see it? Oh, he probably used his arcane eye. That's what he did. I thought I sensed something in him. Still went after he teleported out. That's how he knew. He was watching. Fantastic. Well, it is time that I leave and depart. Please take the sword. I think you're the only one that's going to be able to use it. I made it myself. It's for bards.
I would be honored to use it.
But, carry it. If any of you see that he is failing the stories and legends of me, make sure he doesn't have the sword anymore.
Agreed.
Does that apply only if he's just being rude or just,
No. If he doesn't live up to his name.
So
all
far,
the
he
titles
has
or
lived
Your
just the name?
charge is to make sure that it gets passed on to another bard after your time. Please.
Can do.
So,
You meet a young little boy.
you're going to
named
have
Roth.
to figure out how to get on.
Hey, can we use that vial on this sword and bones?
Be my guest.
Okay. So you have the universal solvent.
Yep, and then I will use the
Universal
universal
solvent.
to get the sword and then the bones unstuck.
Okay. All right.
Bye, Lauren.
We
Toodaloo.
put you in the bag.
It was nice meeting you.
It was a pleasure. The best of luck to you.
And find peace.
And you feel instantly the presence go away.
This is a really weird place.
That was
Awesome.
You met your hero.
yeah. There's only like one person cooler than me, and that was them. And now there's no one. I am now the coolest person.
The world is awfully
on the planet.
big.
Chance.
You feel faint bit of magic return to the sword. And you just hear and then it goes away.
The chances to meet someone of that caliber in any lifetime.
You're welcome. You have one with you all the time.
Who?
I like your sense of humor.
So,
Is this a magical sword, or is it a regular
It is.
sword?
uh,
Cool.
you don't know.
I don't know.
You assume based on
Cool. I have
A sword.
Sword of Lauren. I'm not going to write the whole thing out because I won't be able to fit it.
okay. So
Can I investigate the body before we put it in the bag?
Sure.
Don't look at me like that.
No, yes, the femur was broken right here. here.
13.
13. You don't notice anything else. Like you see a faint bit of clothing and stuff that is kind of deteriorated over time, but beyond that, it's
And I would wrap it in. I assume we have different.
We got all those cloaks we can wrap it
I
in.
still have my commoner's clothes, but I ripped the arm off for some reason.
We also still got 4 regular cloaks
Yeah,
of
we'll.
those people.
I'll wrap the bones in one of those.
Okay.
All right, and then put it in the bag of holding.
Mm-hmm.
You have a person in here.
It's getting weirder and weirder this
Yeah.
bag.
So do we need to keep going upstairs now?
I think we need to go see what's up there.
all right. So you guys make your way to the next set of stairs. You can see that the room here and then set off to one of the corners. And you can see that it spirals up. You make your way up into this room, and as you step in, you see 4 or 5 grand tables that are massive. And you also see next to each table is a giant vat of some sort with kind of bubbling liquid that kind of just slowly is going up. You see splayed out on each of the tables. You see the one directly to your left. You see what appears to be the remnants of a bronze dragon, and it's splayed open. And you look into the left in the vat, and you just see this heart. You look at the next table. A giant, fire giant, chest torn open, and in the vat, a heart. Directly ahead, you see. You're not too sure. Make anybody that's skilled in Arcana. Make an Arcana check.
Natural 20 plus 4.
Got 17.
That's what I get. That's what I get my good rolls on.
Of finding things I didn't find.
You have definitely heard stories, but it is an Ifriti that is ripped open, and it's strange to you because you know that when Ifriti died, their bodies turned to ash. So whatever magic was done, or the way that it was done, preserved this body in some way to prevent it from turning it into ash. And you see this swirling black and red heart that doesn't really pulse, but you just see it swirling and continuing to mold and shape and rechange and form. And then you see fire around it, and then it kind of dissipates again. To your right, you see succubus, female, ribcage ripped open, heart black as can be, dripping with this strange goo, but it's beating. And immediately to your right, you see the feathered form of purple skin of a beautiful angelic creature with its heart ripped out, just like all the other creatures. And a golden heart. And each of those things on top of the vats spirals up and leads out through a central tube to the top of the tower.
I think we're gonna have to destroy these hearts.
Yes. I don't think there's any saving these people. No. I'm sorry, Ash.
This guy was really bad.
You said there were 5 bats or 4?
5.
Why we came here to stop him?
Bronze dragon,
So did we
giant,
just like
greedy,
unplug them,
succubus,
And a celestial.
and the celestial. Sorry.
Imagine we're gonna have to kill the hearts, whether that means slashing through these things or whatever. Does anyone care if I go try to break one of these?
I'm a little worried about getting close to them when you do it.
Oh, you guys can all stand back.
Why don't we try ranged first?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like
Shoot a
fear.
firebolt at the dragon heart on the left.
It hits the glass vat and dissipates.
Are the vats open at the top or no?
No, there's a tube.
Oh.
There's like a little cone, and then a tube that.
We're gonna
And are the-
investigate for a way to get in.
Are the tubes in a casing
about-
tube? Or the tubes?
The tubes appear to be glass, they're massive.
Okay.
They're large vats.
16.
Each of these creatures that's on the tables is massive compared to you.
Especially us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
16 for investigation.
16 for you start looking around
can
the
help
the
her.
dragon. You can roll with advantage.
That's a little better. 17.
17. You start looking around, and you can see that as you kind of get closer, you start looking around the edges, and you can see that there's a small platform that like almost like a staircase that goes up to it. Looking around, you don't see any seams or anything to that, like any way to enter or access it.
You know, I used to have this spell I knew how to do that I don't anymore that would shatter glass called Shatter. I don't know.
Do you think like a thunder wave or something would break it?
My firebolt was actually a thunderbolt.
How much liquid's in this though? Are we gonna like get covered by it if it breaks?
Yeah.
So should we like try to go in from the top or?
You'd think there has to be a way to take it apart, wouldn't you?
I imagine there is.
I was thinking.
Does your book
explode it.
with
Yeah,
the
do.
diagram tell us anything that we can't read?
Does it? If I take it back out?
Diagram and everything.
Make an investigation check.
Oh boy. Okay. Not good at those.
Make a reading and comprehension check.
6.
6. You're not seeing anything. You just see
I
notes next
close
to
the
it.
book and reopen it and try again.
Doesn't work that way.
Alright, I'm gonna take the magical longsword and bash it.
Okay.
That's what I thought.
I'm just gonna walk around and see if I see anything that looks
Yeah. Make a perception check.
like a thing.
Dual Thunder Wave.
Natural 1.
No, you're not seeing anything.
Can I look at the top? Is there a way to get to the top?
There's little stairs, you said.
There's little stairs that go up to like halfway up, well, almost like eye level with the heart.
Can I go halfway up to the top of the stairs and take a look?
You look at the top.
I mean, I'm going to go to the top of the stairs where the
Okay.
stairs stop.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
19.
Maybe.
19.
19. You start looking at the vat or whatever it is, and you kind of like looking around, and there's no visible entry point into this.
But is there an invisible one?
I don't know.
Alright, I'm gonna go over to one of the bodies, I don't know, the succubus body, and investigate it.
Okay.
See if, I don't know what I'm looking for.
Is there magic on any of these things that we need to reveal or check for?
And these bodies are pretty decomposed.
Magic
Like,
on the
it's just-
vats, I'm talking about. Magic on the vats.
There's skeletal remains and there's a little bit of skin. That you can
We
see
could try to
through against
dispel
the bodies.
magic on each one of these if it's a magical barrier of some sort.
Yeah.
Can I do an Arcana check to even see if the vats are magical?
It's cocked.
That is
Yeah.
good. Who would have thought of it?
Cocked in a box.
14.
14. You do pick a magical presence coming from around that. Like you're assuming it's magical in nature of some sort.
So even if it is magical, what magic is it?
Protection magic of some sort.
Right, is there a way to like...
Don't you have to be more
I tried to spell
specific?
magic.
Go for it.
Right here where I'm standing.
What do I...
I don't know how big it is.
Well, if it's a higher level, you'll have to roll a d20 and add your
How big
wisdom
is it?
modifier.
What are you dispelling?
It's, I think
So he was
150
checking
feet.
so that there was magic on the vat, right? With the heart.
There's
Mhm.
something.
Yeah.
Like, is there something invisible?
Okay. Go ahead.
It's a 19.
Plus your wisdom
Plus
modifier.
4.
Doesn't dispel anything. It doesn't appear to be anything needed to be dispelled.
Do we think that any of the stuff we got in the library could help us? I don't remember everything we got, except for the thing I can't open.
She got a javelin.
I could try this. I pull out the movable rod and just whack it with that.
I just think there's something... I don't think the javelin's gonna help because it's...
You want to shoot the gem itself?
Do we wait?
I
The
think
gem.
we need to cut
The
off
gem
the...
is up.
We need to
Like,
cut off
you see
the
all the
power
you
supply.
could reach it with your firebolt.
No, you cannot see the gem.
I thought we were on
You
the
see the
roof.
tube that leads up
To the gem.
to the gem.
So we're not on the roof yet.
You're not on the roof.
Oh, I
you're,
thought we were on the roof.
you're directly underneath the roof.
Okay, under the roof.
I only have one idea left. I'll hold out my hand and do a. I'll do a 3rd level Thunder Wave actually.
I'm way
Nothing happens.
Is there a way, can we look for a way to get up to the actual roof?
Yeah, you can see the
There's
stairway.
stairs.
There's a stairway.
You guys want to go up top and see if there's anything we can disconnect up there?
I mean, can't do anything down here.
Let's go up top and investigate.
Okay. So you go up to the top and you see the giant emerald that you can see visibly. It's probably as tall and as big as this house that we're in right now. That's how big this emerald is.
Anyone have a spell that just consumes this?
Yeah.
We should away.
Put it in the bag!
Being up close to this, you can feel the necrotic energy kind of just... You actually need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw for me real quick.
Good. I'm really good at these.
I'm really good.
For like the next hour and a half, maybe 20 minutes. Who knows?
19.
What
Okay.
You
What
got
was
a
it?
natural 20.
I was trying to move it to
15 for me.
I got a 20.
9.
Okay, as long as you're above a 10. If you're,
I
if
am
you're not 10.
not.
Okay, 5 points of necrotic damage to you.
Stupid constitution.
Okay. You guys are near this thing. Every minute you're going to
I
be
just
taking...
want to
going back down.
investigate
So
somewhere
whatever you're doing.
I went back
investigate and see if there's a way to disable it up here.
I'll help him.
I
So you're
would.
helping me?
Yeah.
I would also look. Do
Okay,
I?
go ahead.
I want to go back to the
15.
stairs where I was,
Yeah,
where they
same.
stopped.
You and I will go
Do it.
investigate.
15.
Yeah.
15. You're looking around. You're not seeing. Like you're looking around. You take. Everybody go make another Constitution saving throw. As you guys are looking around, investigating.
I went back down.
Yeah. No.
Oh, do
okay.
another
Oh,
Constitution?
I would say that you went down immediately. You went
Yeah.
out immediately. Okay.
I
Yeah.
failed that one.
You failed that one. Okay, so you take 6 points of necrotic
I
damage.
succeeded that
I
one.
mean, I'm
Okay.
happy to roll it.
No, you're fine. If you went down.
Alright, now
I don't know if I
will
went
go-
down immediately, but I will.
I'll go
follow
down too.
Callie.
I'll go down after I put that down.
Okay.
Oh, maybe.
Well,
There has to be a way to open it.
Enid,
I
can you
mean,
look at these stairs?
Okay,
These stairs
sure.
stop halfway. There's got to be something here that I'm just missing. Because there's no reason why the stairs would just stop halfway. They don't go to the top. They don't go to the bottom.
is there any way to cast magic into it?
That's just a
Like spiritual
9.
weapon?
The stairs
have
go
that
up,
back
and it's
now.
directly across from where the
Yeah,
heart
I looked at it
is.
and I didn't
in the-
understand what I read.
that.
I just feel like there's something
Wait for
here
spiritual
that we
weapon.
can't see.
Oh, I'm sorry. You meant that crown thing.
well,
I thought you
then
were
I'll
talking about something
cast
else.
Fairy Fire in that direction.
Just none of my
Fairy
stuff.
fire.
Yeah, I could try
I
that.
think,
Nothing.
I think it's Root's got to disable it. It would only need to go up to where you
Just
could
like
do
there's
whatever
no
with
way
the
to
heart
take
itself.
apart.
I think you could cast that in it.
Is there anything else in the room beyond what we've been
There's
looking at?
you're looking around. You don't really see anything other than the vats, the cables, the stairs.
What did
You sure you're trying
we take any of that
I
clear
could try
liquid
it.
from
That's not
the
a regular
library?
fire.
It's like a
wave.
regular magical
just-
trap. Like it's
No.
I wonder what that stuff
I have the
does.
red one, though. I could pour it on something because there's more of it down there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, can I cast Chill Touch inside the container?
You go to cast it, and it doesn't affect whatever's inside. It
Okay.
doesn't pass that
we
barrier.
can try it since it's there.
Splash the jar into one of the vats of the red stuff.
It just kind of goes down.
Hmm.
It
No.
might have been a potion, but I'll go get some more after we're done up here. I mean, I don't know what that other liquid was. We could try it.
I don't know. It's one of the weird things that was here.
I run down, get some of this,
Yeah.
run back up. Ha!
This was worth a try.
Go back and get some red.
Okay. And refill it with the
I
red.
think I'm gonna go back down and start sifting through books again.
Yeah.
So you go back down and start sifting through books.
13.
Do you think we should
You've got
read
the
more
one
through
that
the
stands out.
I can try to
Simple.
read it. I don't know if I can
read
look
more?
through it
There was
again,
like
though.
15 of Bizzle notebooks.
Yeah, I mean, I could start looking at the books again, but I don't know what else to do.
Well, we tried.
I can try to beat
Treasure
it with
room,
my
anyone?
spiritual weapon.
You haven't tried that
Next.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out my tombstone and whack the fat with the heart.
It's the barrier.
Barrier.
I
Whatever
can
it
throw
is.
the magical javelin at it, but I don't think it's gonna do anything.
Magic doesn't.
Yeah, I go pick it back up.
I assume this must be that ancient magic.
So how did you activate it?
With ancient magic, I assume. Which none of us are privy to.
Maybe there's something downstairs.
There has to be something.
All the way downstairs?
There's gotta be
That's-
something here.
Also, guys, I imagine these two things would make us smaller and bigger to get to that thing again. I don't know if that's true, but one's blue.
That makes possible.
I assume those were just the pieces he had in my
That
head.
could be too.
So let's just assume none of our magic will
I
do
kind of want
anything with
to
it.
What are the colors
sit down and
again?
just think about it.
What are the colors of the hearts again?
They're just whatever
They're just
they would naturally
hearts,
do.
Oh, okay.
I do have that.
There's nothing weird about them.
The,
colors.
if the
I mean,
3D heart is
they're
black and red
different hearts.
swirls,
Yeah.
the succubus is a
Creatures.
black heart, the celestial has a golden heart.
That's all.
The other two were just heart.
Oh.
just very large and different size,
Big
shapes
hearts.
and stuff.
Divine intervention.
You have a super low chance of it working, but if it does, it'll
You're not
be
level
great.
8.
It's level 6.
That's a level 8.
That was level 6.
That's level 8.
Oh, I accidentally summoned her in my dream.
Or level 10. I can't remember which one. I think it's 8.
Oh, yeah, 10.
Wow, I thought it was much.
I thought it was too.
There are spells that
I guess they don't have time for
reveal
you.
information and all that stuff.
We just have
Level spell.
had to have taken it because we knew we'd come across giant vats of hearts. Yeah, I didn't
I
call
could
this one.
rest and prepare another spell if we think there's something like
You guys have seen my puzzles and stuff before. A lot of times things are way more simple than they appear to be.
I
It
go
was a
hit it with a
switch.
thing again.
I feel like there's gonna be like
What?
a drain or
Is
something.
there
I just don't know
couldn't
where
find
it
one
is.
with the investigation.
the vats aren't open at all. They're totally closed off, or the top's
You
open.
just see this vat.
It's just a big tube.
All right, let's go below one.
Can
room
I
and look
go
at the
investigate the corpse of?
You said you were trying to look underneath.
ceiling? Yeah, like we're on the ceiling where it would be the bottom.
You go underneath and it's just stone part above it.
I think I would go investigate the corpse of the Ifriti. Just look in the chest cavity, climb.
Climb in.
Okay.
Ew.
21.
It's an Ifriti chest cavity.
Still
You've
looks
never
cool.
seen one.
So we can't. So I can picture this right. It's like a vat,
Mm-hmm.
but we can't see the top
No, it's like a cone
There's a
on the top
cone going
with a
up
tube.
with a
on
tube.
each one. Like
Yeah.
And everything is covered in that sort of glass barrier.
We'll stab where a heart should be in one of them.
Like where the hole is,
Yeah.
hits the table.
Well, all the bodies are big except like the succubus, right?
And the
what
stairs go
happens
up
I think
to
even
just
Succubus
halfway.
They go about
Huge.
just halfway.
Yeah.
I think they're human size.
Nah, I think he said all of them are just massive.
So it must be taken off the table.
Something to halfway.
Did you
There's
go
something
up
to that.
on them? Well, there's
Yeah,
five
what
of them,
happens
5
if
of
we
us. We
destroy
probably
the
all have to go up to
bodies?
them and hit them at once.
Can we try to
We
just...
can try that.
Might as
What do
well
we try?
Hit what?
each go up on one of the platforms we're lined up with a heart and just attempt to blast them at the same time. Maybe it's all or nothing.
He would have only been one person.
I thoroughly searched that at
Yeah,
3D.
but he didn't want to deactivate it.
Yeah, that's true.
It's worth a try.
I mean, no, the hearts. We're talking the hearts. We go up on the stairway of each one.
Just
so
hit the
we're
glass from.
Try to destroy the heart.
Pretend we're aiming for the heart and see what happens. Worst that's going to happen is we're all just going to hit the glass.
What if we all hit one spot at once?
We can try both.
Okay.
All right, let's all go to 5 separate ones
Yep.
and
Okay.
attack at the same time. Cool. Now
I
we
just like
all
this
go
should
to
be
one
like-
spot. Wham!
Can I look on the
Please, if
platform of
anyone's
the one
watching,
that I'm on?
just tell us the answer.
What?
Can I look at the platform of the one I'm on, like the floor, like the what I'm standing on, the
You're
top
just-
of the stairs?
Yeah, you're just standing.
It's just like the last stair,
Yeah, you're just on. It's like a platform.
and I can't look for like a switch or like a
There's
nothing
just not
there.
a-
What if
There'd be
we
any
destroy the
switches.
bodies?
And there's no invisible door
They're
right
mostly
here
destroyed, but
or
I
button.
think it's the key is
Okay, you try to
destroying
push.
it.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Your
push.
hand goes through.
Heart.
check out that.
Oh.
My hand went through.
I need you to make a Constitution
Oh,
saving
I'm
throw.
gonna die.
What'd your
Help,
hand
people!
go through?
Went through what?
The glass.
I just pushed it.
Oh.
Constitution 22.
22.
Which
Your
one
hand is still inside, and you take.
I don't know. I'm at the dragon one.
Oh, good. Big one.
I guess
I don't know.
They're all
I just did the
big,
first one.
aren't-
Most powerful.
Wherever you guys are, I'm at.
18
God.
points of lightning damage. What are you doing? Your
Alright.
hand's still in there.
Pulling it back out.
Okay.
With a heart or your hand?
Can I grab the heart?
The heart's like.
You pull your hand out.
Okay. I'm gonna reach in and grab the heart and pull it back out again.
Okay, make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, that's fine.
Isn't the
19
heart
plus 6.
like 10 times the
25.
size of us?
No.
25.
25.
The
For
drag.
this puzzle.
The dragon has a human-sized heart.
She's a human.
I assume it's the size of
No,
the table.
It's
He was
a
very cool.
It was a
like-
small dragon. It was a dragon wormling.
You told me,
Wasn't-
sorry, you said 17 points, right?
From the first one, this one
I'm just gonna keep
is 20 points of lightning damage.
Does the heart come out when she does it?
Guys, just have to reach in and grab it. I'm gonna
grab the succubus heart.
Okay. Make a Constitution saving throw.
10 plus 3, 13.
I'm just gonna do so. What would you roll?
13.
13, 20 points of necrotic damage, and you reach in and grab it.
I'll grab the celestial.
Okay.
What other things left?
The Ifriti and the giant.
Grab the Afridi's heart.
I really don't feel like I should try.
19. Okay.
One of
you take
us could come over and do it.
15 points of
Although I'm at 37.
radiant
At
damage.
disadvantage on Constitution saving throws, and I'm still not feeling
You going
the
over
best.
the other one?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the Ifriti heart.
That's 11.
11. Take 20 points of fire damage.
Okay. And I'm trying.
Someone's got to grab Furies.
Well,
If
need
I
to
take
stab.
damage, I will.
Can I stab this first one?
Sure.
I'm gonna stab it with my sword.
Okay.
With the javelin. With the magic javelin.
Javelin's a thrown weapon.
You could.
I mean,
Can't stab it?
It's
Okay,
an
fine, I'll
improvised
stab with
it's
my
not-
sword.
That's not what it's meant for. It's just okay.
D&D's weird.
Okay. Which one heart do you have? The dragon.
Dragon.
Okay, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. As you stab the heart, lightning
Should
erupts
have
from
let me do that one.
12.
12. You take 20 more points of lightning damage.
how you doing
As
over there?
and you watch as the heart.
Not dead
The
yet.
heart just.
That's the one I could have done.
Alright,
heart
I will
stops.
stab the succubus
I
heart.
take half
Okay.
damage from that.
Got it.
You stab it
Guys.
and.
That makes it
Need to make a Constitution saving.
I wonder if each of these we could have picked. like,
15.
I wonder if you can attack
15?
it from a
Okay,
ways
you take
away.
15 points
Maybe next
of
time.
necrotic damage. There's still one heart in the vat.
Yeah, we've got to get.
The giant one.
Giant.
We've seen how much damage
I'll-
we take from
You
these
watch
other
as you're
ones.
doing this, you see in each of those spots, it's like sucking up the juice and like everything. It's like kind of spilling out over the vats and stuff. It's kind of doing something. Kind of
I'll stab the celestial.
okay.
You're doing good on your saves.
So 13.
13, 20 points of radiant damage as you do it. And
Oh, I thought
guess-
that was a 19.
I guess I'll reach in and
I
try
was
to
like-
take out the last
Are you
one.
sure?
Okay.
I mean,
Which
Dude,
save
it's
is
like-
it?
I mean, I still have my
which
heart to
which
destroy.
which heart is it? The giant.
Giant one. He's got to reach in and grab
Reach
it.
in and grab it. Yeah.
Constitution.
It's Constitution.
Constitution.
Okay. 13.
13. Take 20 points of fire damage.
We've got 3 hearts gone
You can't
and
destroy
2
it.
hearts gone.
And
I
I'm
will.
basic- Little healing, please.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna use Bomb of the Summer Court on myself before I try to destroy this heart.
Okay.
Okay, I'll go over to
Can we
Fury.
attack them from a ways away?
Probably.
Don't just stab it.
Yeah, I'm stepping away when I try to do mine. I just didn't want to only have 20 HP.
Well, Fury, you're healed 6 points.
Well,
Sorry. I did not roll her.
He doubled his HP.
Is the heart
But
I
I
have,
still
the
can't
free
even
heart, is it
attempt.
like physical or is it
No.
more of just a...
It's like it's even burning in your hands a
Oh.
little bit.
So
as
can I
you-
set it down?
Okay.
I'm gonna
Set
set
it
it down and back a ways away, and then I'm gonna cast Frostbite on it.
Okay. So you cast frostbite, doesn't do anything to the heart.
Stab it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Can you
want
shoot it
to
with an
stab
arrow?
it. Yeah, can you shoot it with an arrow, please?
I will.
I can try.
I've seen a lot of explosions, and I just really don't want to.
Heal myself from this.
Doesn't do
Nothing.
anything.
Gotta
I'll
stab
just go over and
Dang,
stab
no,
the
I'll
Ifriti heart.
stab it. It's fine.
You sure?
How much?
Yeah, and just.
I don't care. 'Cause we
No.
have to get rid of these.
Oh no, I don't have a knife.
Okay, I'm gonna go stab Fury's heart.
I
Not
am-
Fury's heart, but the heart that
Fury's
Fury
heart.
has.
I'm getting away from that.
Okay. Make a Constitution saving throw.
15.
You take 15 points of fire damage.
Do you want to stab it, Ashley, or you want me to?
I think I can. I was just seeing if I
You
had
could-
something to stab it
Could
with.
you give her a little help against
I think
the
I have a
damage?
knife. It should be fine. I shouldn't.
Sing a little
die.
song, little ditty.
I'm here.
Yep.
I think I
You
should
guys
have a
hear
dagger.
Yeah, we need to hurry up, people.
I
Like all
assume I
around
have a
you, there's
dagger. I'm just gonna
machines.
stab it.
Yep. We're gonna get stuck in these.
As each one appears to be losing its power, and
Well, that's a 4 for Constitution save, so.
okay, so you take 20 points of fire damage.
As long as I didn't go under, I was just
And
worried
you
about
watch as
that.
the body and the heart of the Ifrit turn to ash. The succubus on the table
Ooh, that's pretty.
melts into like this
Probably good
black
towards the stairs.
ichor.
She was prettier before.
The celestial, you see it ascends in a golden dust. The dragon scales begin to slowly fall off the remains.
So I just did a random history check to see if the bones of a dragon are useful at all.
Dragon bones are used quite a bit in divination magic.
I want to go take at least one bone.
Okay. All right. You guys hear the as all this liquid is now kind of sucking on nothing, and you watch as the tower, or you kind of look up and you can see this green energy kind of, and you look out. There's a brief little there are a few windows up here, and you can see this massive green blast jettison across for as far as you can see. Just
Do you
it's kind of
see
rippling
anything undead fall over?
you can definitely make a perception check.
Ooh, yes. I'd be looking for that too.
13.
No.
I see
think
nothing.
during this time is when I'm ripping off bones of this dragon.
13.
22.
Nice.
22.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You watch and you can see what was kind of this dull gray presence seems to fade a little bit over the air. The blackness, the dark cloud seems to shift a little bit, and a little bit more sunlight comes in. And you specifically look down and you can see a giant many undead appear to be falling over. Whatever source of their necrotic energy that kept them lingering on dissipated. Maybe not all.
Guys, we did it. Maybe.
Is the tower seeming stable?
It does.
Okay.
Well,
That actually worked.
of course. What did I say when we came here? We were going to be great. No one was going to die. We were going to defeat everything, and it was going to be wonderful.
You're right.
Except for now
I
we're
was
stuck on
right.
this roof.
Hey, one problem at a time.
I'm gonna, as I come back with some bones, does anyone know if those other things are worth? I got the information.
Are there
I
any
came here
teeth
for.
or scales?
Everything
or
else
claws?
has disappeared except
Nope.
for the giant remains.
You want another
Do they
giant?
need an ear? Oh no, that was just
Another-
for proof. I was not
Oh.
there.
Can we,
Are we just collecting bones now?
for magical
You guys have become bone
purposes?
collectors.
How many swords can a gnome hold before he's encumbered?
What's your strength modifier?
+1.
There's a certain limit based on what your strength modifier is. I think it's a certain amount of pounds. But
Cool.
So I put all that in the. Who has
I
bag of holding?
carried all of this. I only have
Some
4
of
on me currently. I assume the big one, the long sword strapped to my back,
the rapiers that
and
you're
the 2 rapiers. I also have a short sword, so I don't know.
you have another belt with another rapier on
I
there.
can put on Nanashi's dagger armor. And,
Yeah. And then you'll be golden.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys have successfully navigated and apparently destroyed the necrotic driving force of Dexter's Spire.
Do we
Not yet.
How many dragon bones would
Still
you?
have to get out of here.
Do I make a?
It depends on what you're going for. You could probably carry 1 rib bone. You could carry 10 teeth. What are you going for?
Trying to think.
So, while you think of it, we'll go ahead and we'll figure it out after we end. But thank you guys for watching. We're going to play again next
week.
Next week sometime. Yeah, we'll figure it out, but we'll let you guys know. But thanks if you watched, and we'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.